What?
What's up, my friends in film fandom, wherever you may be and however you may be watching? Thank you so much for giving us a little bit of your time. A little bit of Sunday afternoon harsh truthage. What's going on, everybody? I figured we may as well. I mean, I got to let less fortunate YouTubers than me that bought about 900 of their 1,000 subscribers. Got to let them on here to suckle from my clout teat just a little bit. So that's why you see Casey is raw on your screen today. What's going on, Casey? How you been, buddy?
Hey, I gotta be good boy now. I mean, I was just saying a bunch of that racist shit behind the scenes, but I'll try to be. I'll, I'll be on my good behavior because I want to get invites in the future.
Well, your favorite wrestler, you did have that Hulk Hogan poster up behind you for about 5, 6 years and we all know some of the things he said, so it kind of makes sense. But also, of course, is the Shape and Little Star State. My man, Tex, what's up, brother?
Hey, I think I know out of the three of us, I on a daily say the worst things, and I'm still here. So kiss my ass. I don't give a fuck. What's up, everybody? Well, how are y'all doing?
You haven't said them on the stream. That's the important part.
Well, that is true. Timing is the key here, people. So it's all good.
But so a little bit of Sunday night fun action. We're just gonna bullshit about whatever comes to mind. Probably some people in and out of the chat. Maybe I said the invite to the Rose. Maybe the Rose will come on, and then maybe I can just kick Casey off. We'll have somebody with about 10 more IQ points. But for right now, we're just gonna talk some shit right now about fun stuff. Actually, let me stop sharing this thing because before I go to that, I'm gonna go to one of the articles I wanted to look at first. Because there's a couple articles that I think we need to discuss. There's some juicy ones, and I'll go right to one of the horror ones because Tex is here.
Sweet.
So this is let's see, we're going to this one first. I will put this up here. It is the 10 worst horror films of all time ranked. I'm interested to see which one of these tickles Tex in the wrong way. This is according to Collider, which they're pretty good for the most part. This is about 10 months ago. Let's see. The first one that comes up is The Bye Bye Man from 2017, directed by Stacey Tile. I have no idea what movie this is. Tex, have you seen it?
I saw it when it first came out, and then I think I forgot everything about the movie as I was leaving the theater. It was like very forgettable. That's one thing I do remember about it.
Released January 12th, 2017, directed by Stacey Tile. It's got a bunch. It's got Faye Dunaway in it. I mean, she's no slouch. But that doesn't necessarily mean that it was good. I don't know. I know you're probably not the horror fan that Tex and Jeremy and all them are, but I don't know. Yes, Keegan, I actually let Casey on the channel today.
We're doing. The judge called and said we must do our community service. So we're doing a nice thing and bringing Casey up to show him how we do it in the big leagues. So, we're doing community service.
So. I should have played this. Well, actually, I'll play the new one that Alex and the Garbage Man have been playing for a while. I'll play that one on Monday since we're doing the Toxic Avenger stuff. But here's Casey's intro.
Have you seen my wiener?
I'll be switching over to the new Toxic Avenger inspired Casey intro.
Oh, God. I can't. I know we're going to review it Tuesday, and I'm going to keep my powder dry. But fuck that fucking movie. God, my soapbox is prepared. I hope you're ready, Frank. I've got thoughts. So, holy shit.
Save it.
Oh, I'm saving it. I'm just letting you know.
But
it's going to be good.
Let's talk about these movies for right now. The Bye Bye Man. I've never seen it. I couldn't say anything about it. I mean, usually you get somebody like Faye Dunaway, it's going to add a little bit of gravitas to the movie, but I've never heard of it. Tex says it's unmemorable. I'm going to take Tex's word for it. The next one is Jaws of Revenge.
Whatever.
The next one is Jaws of Revenge, released on July 17th of '87.
Oh yeah.
Cast with a bunch of it had Lorraine Gray, Michael Caine, Mario Van Peebles, Lance Guest, a lot of really great late '80s people. But let's be honest, it was not the best Jaws movie ever made. I don't know, Casey, have you ever seen any of the Jaws movies except for maybe the first one? I think everybody's seen the first one. But
I've seen the original one, and maybe little bits of of revenge, but like it's I don't know. I always heard bad things about the sequels to Jaws, so like
Well,
Jaws
I've
one.
always I've always thought that the first Jaws is great. I thought that the second Jaws was good, and then after that, it's just straight to hell.
And I'll have to check it out then because like I really loved the first one, so I I should definitely check it out. Especially I'm
Well,
off tomorrow, so
it's got Michael Caine. He's a Hall of Famer. Lorraine Gray, Hall
yeah.
of Famer. Mario Van Peebles a very good actor in his own right. Been in a lot of stuff I've liked. Lance Guest, a lot of stuff that I've liked. He's been in. This movie was just bad. It's like, I don't know. Tex. I mean, we intentionally skipped. Like we could have done all the Jaws movies in order, but we intentionally skipped all.
There's only one Jaws movie. The rest of them are a sin. I mean, especially this one alone. Go watch any interview where Michael Caine is talking about this film. He loves this movie because the paycheck was so big it bought him a house. So Michael Caine loves this movie, but I don't think anybody else does. It's hot garbage. There's only one Jaws movie into the franchise. Bottom line,
What I'm upset is that Back to the Future 2 didn't get it correct, where we didn't get Jaws 19, or was it Jaws 17?
No. We don't need. We have one Jaws. We do not need any more. That's enough.
Leave Jaws alone. Leave Jaws alone.
Yes, leave Jaws alone. Leave it alone.
Well, hold on. Well, hold on.
Leave Jaws alone.
Let me ask you a question. What about a modern day version of Jaws? What about that?
Leave it the fuck alone, Casey Israel. What do you think it is?
Well, you got to ask when it comes to remaking or sequelizing something, especially something that's really old. The first question to ask yourself is, what modern day angle, point of view, way of thinking, vision can we give this older property that accentuates it and adds to it and makes it bigger and better? There is not always an easy question to some of these things, because I read the other day that they're actually actively working on now. It's not just a pipe dream. They're actually working on a Knight Rider movie now.
Yeah,
the guys behind. Now I'm a little more interested in this because the guys that did Cobra Kai are the ones doing it, and I'm like, fucking, I love Cobra Kai. It was a great show. It was very true. It felt like a real good continuation of Karate Kid, so I dug it. So I'm kind of into it. But my question is there's always people saying, oh well, you can't have the Hoff, you can't have Michael Knight.
Why not? He's still alive.
Like, yeah, you can, because he is Knight Rider. He is the Knight Rider. He is Michael Knight. I was like, for two, David Hasselhoff, while he's not a young man, neither is he an old one. He's still out there. He can get it. So my idea, and I don't know if I've mentioned it a couple of times, like of a couple of scripts that I've been working on, one of them is a Knight Rider movie. I don't have time to write as much as I'd like, but my idea, which I think should be the idea that they go with, is that instead of being the guy out there in the car doing the work and fighting crime now, he needs to be the Devin Miles character. He needs to be the guy that is running the Foundation for Law and Government. And then part of the plot of the movie would be him finding somebody else to be the operative. And then you introduce the new kit, whatever that's going to look like. And then off in the movie you go. So you have a little bit of a connection to the old, but you've got the new guy really carrying the film, and Michael Knight just there as the big connective tissue that brings in that helps carry some of the emotional weight of the TV.
Well,
so it's
update to
Jaws movies. They don't add anything to them. There's nothing you can add to Jaws to make a realistic legacy sequel out of that. I mean, there's no technology. There's no situation. I mean, all that you can really throw in there is you might be able to throw in there, I don't know, global warming, but even that would just turn a lot of people off. I mean, you can't or anything you can throw in there that's modern that would make it.
They've done that with. They've done that as a plot line on many of these shark movies that went to the Sci-Fi Channel or whatever. The point of Jaws, the shark is not the bad guy. It's a very complex film. It's the mayor of the town, but is he really a bad guy? Because his town thrives and depends on the tourism money, and he knows if the people don't swim there, they're not going to come back, and they'll go elsewhere. They'll do whatever. Jaws is it's a monster movie, but it's a very complex monster movie, which is what makes it fun. That's what's so good about it.
The core of Jaws is one that we deal with in real life and in movies constantly, and we have been for as far back as mankind goes, man versus nature. We don't want to battle nature. We have to live in symbiosis with nature. How do we all exist on this planet without trying to eat each other or without trying to get eaten by a great white shark? So that's what I liked about it, is that it's like the Hulk. The Hulk is not necessarily a good guy. It's just always the bad guys that piss him off. Sharks just swim around and eat stuff the same way that we walk around every day, do our shit, and then we come home and eat dinner, or we stop at Burger King and eat lunch or whatever. That we do the same thing. It's just we do it on land, they do it on water, and when we kind of cross paths, that's where chaos can happen. That's what Jaws was about. The shark was not intentionally attacking anybody. He was just doing what sharks do. And secondarily, it's the mayor being a dumbass and complacency and all that kind of.
Of course,
there's no way to plus a Jaws movie.
Well, Frank, you're saying Hulk is not a bad person. I'm like, well, Hulk Hogan was just a character. Terry Bollea is the real was the real person.
So it was Terry Bollea that said all those racist things. It was Terry Bollea that was caught in that tape screwing the girl in the hotel room. Oh, okay. That wasn't Hulk Hogan. That's kind of like say what that joke that Daniel Taj makes about Kobe Bryant. It's like number 8 was the rapist, but number 24 or whatever, or 28, whatever. Oh yeah, he's like, that guy's a Hall of Famer.
Well, but see, that's the point though, Frank. Like, if you're compare a Jaws sequel / remake to a Knight Rider, just with the AI alone that we have in the real world, you can go 1,000 ways with Knight Rider. Hell, like unlimited possibilities. Jaws.
But Knight Rider's got a lot of modern day tech stuff you can put in there that would make it new and different.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Jaws, leave it the fuck alone. It's perfect. It needs nothing. Leave it as it is.
Yeah, but the next movie we got coming up here is Dracula 3D from 2012, directed by where's all the information? Directed by
Dracula 3D.
Yeah, I'm looking at the names. And none of these are ringing a bell.
I don't recall that one. I've seen a lot of Dracula movies, but I don't recall that one.
That's what's shocking, is that Tex never heard or seen this movie. So that's what shocks me.
Who's in this film, Frank? Who's in this one?
The only name that I recognize is Rutger Hauer, but this was 2012, so it was near the end of his life before he died.
Okay, no.
But I mean,
I was thinking of
names, and I'm like, nope, I'm not recognizing any of these names.
I was thinking Dracula Untold was one of the lesser liked Dracula movies, which I kind of enjoyed actually. But no, Dracula 3D, I don't recall that one. Like that's a deep cut right there.
Yeah, I don't recall it either. Let's see. The next one is The Wicker Man, directed by Neil LaBute, or LaBute, however you want to call his name. Dude, Nicolas Cage, Ellen Burstyn. I mean. I never
come on.
It never interested me. I couldn't do it.
I'm not a big fan of folk horror like Wicker Man and stuff like that. But I'll watch anything with Nick Cage. I'm a Nick Cage super fan. This movie was not great. It's nowhere near as good as the original Wicker Man, but I've said it's worth watching alone at least once just for Nicolas Cage, because Cage Rage, come on, man. I mean, how can you not love Nicolas Cage? He's fucking awesome.
Yeah. Let's see, on down the list, we've got The Happening from 2008. They may as well have called it The Fappening. It's not
and that, I know our dear Grim Tuesday's not here, so in honor of him, fuck him, not Shyamalan. I'll just go ahead and throw that out.
Yeah, I just this was when he was in his bad phase. He's had a couple of movies. He's been hit or miss lately.
He never had a good phase. He had like 2 good movies, and the rest of them were like, oh, there's a twist, and then there's another twist, and like that's That's all M. Night ever fucking does. So.
Are these like bad sequels or bad remakes or something?
This was
No, they're
just a
just
bad movie.
just a bad movie. Yeah.
The whole point of this movie is that I don't understand it. This should have been a comedy. The way the plot of the movie, it's that plants become angry at humans and start releasing something in the air that is making humans kill themselves, and then one day they just stop. And I'm like, that's not a movie. It's like you need to give me more than that. And then it was just a bunch of Mark Wahlberg with that confused look on his face. That's the only look he has in front of a camera. So I can't. Dude, that movie is just not good. It's just not. I mean, look, Mark Wahlberg, John Leguizamo, Zoe Deschanel, whatever. Yeah, he had enough talent to make it good, but he just didn't. It was just bad. Here we get into the
Jason Goes to
time-honored
Hell.
franchise territory now. Jason Goes to Hell, the final Friday of 1993, directed by Adam Marcus, starring, I don't know, I heard Aaron Gray was in that. Kane Hodder, of course.
Adam Marcus is Adam Marcus is a piece of garbage. I just listened to an interview with this guy. He only got this job because he went to one of his friends from school's dad worked for New Line, and Adam Marcus was breaking into filmmaking. This dude is a moron. You get 5 minutes of Jason, and Jason Goes to Hell. He tries to. Now, I do understand he tried to bring in some Evil Dead stuff. There's a Quint like character from Jaws, and the black guys. I can't remember what his name is in this movie. There's some okay things in Jason Goes to Hell, but overall, the movie's garbage. New Line, they never. I mean, of course, New Line is the house that Freddy built, so they basically got the Friday series once all the glory was gone, and it realistically the only redeeming factor about this film is the ending scene of Kruger's glove reaching up through the sand and dragging his mask down to hell. Besides that, skip it because Jason's like a turd looking worm thing that it fucking sucks. It's not a Jason movie. No, thank you.
Yeah, it was not good. I don't know if you've ever seen that one, Casey.
Yeah.
It's got like the ending where Freddy's gloved hand comes up and grabs the mask was a cool ending. But my problem with that was always that, as you make a damn mess over there, Tex, whatever the hell you're doing.
Pouring a drink. Sorry, I'm pouring a drink.
You're pouring it all over the floor, apparently. But
I thought I was muted. Sorry about that.
You had because I mean, back when I was in junior high school, like that's how far back this rumor goes. They were talking about Freddy vs. Jason. They had made the video games, I think, back in the late 80s, early 90s, the Freddy vs. Jason, the Terminator versus Predator, and all that shit. So all these versus things were like, oh my god.
No, they didn't make a Freddy vs. Jason video game. They each had their own video games. They were separate.
Yeah, but there was a lot of talk. There was a lot of talk going around about a Freddy.
Oh, of course, yeah. No,
okay, yeah.
And so they have that moment at the end of the film when Freddy's hand comes up, grabs the mask, and pulls it underground, and we were all like, "Holy shit, Freddy versus Jason is coming!" 27,000 years later, we finally got the movie. And I'm like, so you guys didn't even have a plan to actually make it? That was supposed to be like an Easter egg, and you didn't explain to anybody that it actually wasn't teasing a sequel. That it's just like, we're just doing this to get your guys a cock hard, then we're gonna walk away. It's like, come on, dude.
There's a book. There's a book. I can't remember what the name of the book is, but it goes into, there was like 30 plus something scripts that were written by different people about how to bring Freddy and Jason together finally. And yeah, they were talking in the mid 80s, like once, or I guess the end of the 80s, excuse me. Like you were saying about bringing these two, giants together. But of course, Paramount had Jason and New Line had Freddy, and they could never negotiate it out and make it work or whatever. But once New Line got Jason, they put this in. They planned on making Freddy versus Jason, but once again, the whole shitstorm happened and everything else. So they instead make Jason X, which takes place way in the future, way out of the timeline, so it doesn't disturb making a Freddy versus Jason film back in the regular time. But, it didn't happen until the early 2000s, and which I like Freddy versus Jason. To me, it's one of the good bad movies. I personally enjoy it.
I love it when they're
Okay.
fighting. I love when they're fighting. I hate the rest of the movie.
Yeah,
I
Well,
wanted an hour and a half of those two throwing hands.
the biggest problem with the movie is
I would have been just fine.
the biggest problem with Freddy versus Jason is Ronnie Yu, the guy that they hired to direct the film. He had never seen either of the fucking franchises, and he turned Freddy into a kung fu artist. Like that was my biggest complaint. It wasn't. I enjoy the film, but it's a good bad one. So I'm fair about it.
Well, maybe he was. Maybe you're not as a movie horror buff as you think you are, and he was a kung fu artist.
Casey, you trying to find a quick exit out of here, partner? Is that what you're looking for? Is that Are you you heard?
I apologize.
Well, please tell me about the lineage of Freddy versus Jason and all the pitfalls and how Kane Hodder got screwed out of it. And who plays Freddy? Just go ahead. I'll let you talk. I'll go ahead and be quiet. Go ahead.
I'll be right back. I think my food had just. I think my food just got here.
Moving on to the next movie on the list. Birdemic, Shock and Terror from 2010. God, this sounds like some low-budget direct I've never heard of. Released on February 27, 2010, directed by James Nguyen, starring Timmy Hedren was in it. I mean, maybe, whatever, but
I'm willing to bet that's one of those presented on sci-fi and it was made for 3 hot dogs and a Coca-Cola budget kind of thing. Like probably not. There's a lot of bird movies because they're cheap to make, and obviously, Hitchcock's The Bird. That's one of the greatest of all time.
Well, it even says right here. Let's see. It's Birdemic, Shock and Terror is the perfect movie to watch right after reviewing Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds. It's not a remake of that film, but it takes the same basic premise of vicious birds attacking people in a small town and does whatever the opposite of spitting gold out of something is. Spitting shit, but it's shit.
So instead of all right, we've just seen the good version. Now we're going to kick you in the nuts. That's basically what they're telling you, right? No, thank you. I'm good.
Yeah, whatever. Not bothering with that one. Let's see. Manos, The Hands of Fate from 1966. I don't know.
Come on. That was fun. It's a horrible movie, but it's nowhere near it's like a creepy cult kind of thing where the main bad guy in the film, he has this kind of gantly robe thing that he wears. Like when he spreads his arms out, it looks like he has kind of like a Batman cape, and it has a handprint on it. It's not great. It's an old black and white film, but it's nowhere. It does not belong in the top 10 worst of all time. I like Manos Hands of Fate.
Hold on, is this a list of horror movies?
It's a list of the 10 worst horror movies of all time.
How would I know any of this?
I'm sure you what you've been talking about starting a movie review section of your channel. You have to watch movies to do that.
Oh, I mean, I got to start somewhere. So
I'll tell you what.
Like I said, Casey, review a Serbian film. I'll do it with you. I will review that fucking movie with you. You want to be a movie reviewer, by God? Start there, pal. It's all good. Or Serbian film, or The House That Jack Built. Either way, that's what you need to start with.
I just noticed. I was like, hold on. I noticed Tex almost knows all these. It says it must be horror movies.
Well, I'm an educated horror critic, and you want to try and steal fucking clout from there, fat boy. But sorry if I study these things. So it's all good.
Moving on to one that we reviewed not too long ago, The Exorcist Believer, directed by Texas' favorite person, David Gordon Green.
His name,
2023, directed by him. Cast Jennifer Nettles, Leslie Odom Jr., Ellen Burstyn. I don't know. I mean, we did a review of this, so you can go back through our catalog of reviews and you can watch it. I don't know. Text quick thoughts on this. Again.
I will say I did I did try and contact Governor Greg Abbott here in the great state of Texas about getting David Gordon Green's Texas citizenship removed for what he did to my poor Michael. I haven't heard back yet, but maybe, he's been. I'm hoping I can get him banned from the state, but, we'll see what happens. So,
Well,
yeah, fuck
crossed.
that guy.
Fingers crossed.
Right.
Let's see. It looks like there's only one left. It's called Veronica from 2019, directed by Glenn Danzig, of all people. It doesn't really say anything else about it, except, I've never heard of it. You can be generous and label Veronica as another so bad it's good horror movie, but does an anthology movie that consistently sloppily deserves generosity. Probably not. Most anthology films have the decency to have at least one generally decent segment in the back, but Veronica brazenly plays out without any segment being good, almost impressively equally bad.
The name sounds
I can't recall this movie. I don't think I've ever seen it.
I don't think I've ever seen it either. I have to look it up real quick.
The name sounds like a porno almost. Or
I'm guessing that's kind of what he was going for.
Right.
Let's see. Veronica. We're going to go to Wikipedia here. It's got a pretty cool looking poster. Directed by Glenn Danzig, who, as you know, from the band Danzig. So let's see. Oh, it's a very weird cast listing. It's listed by groups of people, and I have heard of exactly none of these people. Jim, no. Haven't heard of them. Haven't heard of her. Yeah, I've heard of none of these people.
There's a lot of those that, I've never heard of you before on this
premise. The film is divided into 3 segments. The first segment, the albino spider of the Dejette, depicts a Parisian sex worker named Dejette who has eyeballs for nipples and an albino spider that assumes the form of an 8-armed humanoid.
Oh, okay. You can't tell me that now. Now I have to see this. Eyeballs for nipples. Okay. I'm going to have to watch this movie now.
The spider murders sex workers by breaking their necks. The second segment, Change of Face, revolves around a mysterious stripper who collects the faces of other women. The final segment, Drupja, Contessa of Blood, follows a countess who murders virgin women and bathes in their blood.
Yeah, I'm going to have to give this one a day in court. I'm going to have to check this one out, I believe.
What is that device that's...
And there is actually porn stars in this movie. There's somebody named Caden.
Okay, well,
an American pornographic actor.
You had my attention. Now you have my money, Frank. Are you trying to sell me on this movie? Is this what you're doing?
Maybe. I mean, I'd give it a try. I guess. I mean, I don't really know.
Hey, Frank, what is that device that's listed for $55.09 on the right? That's Vista Print. That drill looking deal with the needle on the other side.
That's a pee hole plug for you to use when you can't hold your pee. Just be perfectly honest. I don't know what that is.
I keep on seeing it like it's out. They kept on showing that on that ad.
Well, I'm not paying attention to the ads. I'm trying to figure out what the fuck's going on with this Glenn Danzig trying to make not quite porn horror movies or some shit like that. But that's the last one on there. I mean, I don't know about a lot of those movies, to be perfectly honest. I'm curious. Let me put this one up here so we can read a little bit about it. Let's see. Share screen. I'll put this one up here for you. Erotica from Wikipedia. Yeah, here's the poster. Looks kind of interesting. It's kind of got some cool art to it, so I'm with that. Never heard of, like I said, any of these people. Who is Mr. Screenwriter Director, son of a writer who's won awards. I've never heard of this guy in my life. Tanya Kay, former creator of producer of Tanya Kay's Pin-Up Pole Show. So she's a pole dancer. Congratulations to her. Let's see, Sean Kanan. Oh, he plays Mike Barnes in the third Karate Kid movie and in Cobra Kai. Yeah, I didn't know that guy's name. American media personality singer. After completing beauty pageants, she probably started porn. Then 16 years old, Stodden came to international attention after being wed to a 51-year-old actor. Oh, is she the one that married the one guy? Yes, she is. She's the one that married that guy from fucking Green Mile. She married him.
Oh, yeah.
When she was like 16.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
Sean Waltman. Oh, wrestler. Oh, he was the 1-2-3 kid in X-Pac. He's in it.
Yeah, Sean Walkman. Yeah, X Pac.
Half the wrestlers I never know their real names. Alice Haig. What was she in?
The only good thing that Sean Waltman, the X-Pac, ever did was carry Shawn Michaels' weight around for him. That's the only thing he ever did.
Kevin Cross, porn star, member of the AVN and XRCO Halls of Fame. So she's a legendary porn star. Caroline Williams, Legend of Billie Jean, Days of Thunder, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, Leprechaun.
I love Days of Thunder.
Days of Thunder is a good movie.
Is there any sex scenes?
I would imagine there's some sex scenes in this movie. But
probably
sure.
Yeah,
I
would imagine
about this movie. But yeah, that's Veronica for whatever that movie was worth.
Well, I'm gonna have to give that one a day in court. I'm gonna check that out.
I mean, I feel like it's one of those movies. It's like I'm going to go in with expectations so low that no matter how bad it is, I'm going to be like, okay, well, there was some quality. It's not as bad as I thought it would be.
Right.
Frank, I'm happy that your son let you use his room for the night to podcast.
Okay. Did I miss a joke?
Is that supposed to be like an insult or something?
It was a bad joke, apparently.
It was a very bad joke.
I mean,
okay.
Besides that,
so I can clear them, because if they're not funny, then I don't want them on here.
Besides that horrible flag that he has hanging up behind him, I mean, I don't see any problem. So,
Well, just saying. Well, we'll see. We're not trading away our best defensive players. All I'm saying.
Oh goodness gracious! Oh,
I've got a whole list of. Let's try this one. I feel like this one's going to be fun. This is 12 80s films that aged poorly and feel out of touch today.
Oh no!
I'm gonna disregard these. I have a feeling.
I'm guessing this list is going to be written by some woke little,
all big, of these lists are written by 12-year-old little bitches. So whatever.
Right? Yeah.
Okay. Now the first one is going to be 16 Candles. I don't know why. It's a coming of age movie.
No. I can understand trading places because, I mean, I don't think you do that nowadays. But, like...
You wouldn't trade places? Actually, I thought they did do kind of a remake of it.
I mean, 16 Candles is one of those legendary 80s movies,
Well, here's what it says on here. The John Hughes teen comedy follows Samantha, a girl whose family forgets her 16th birthday amid her sister's wedding chaos. They got that 80s charm, but humor leans on stereotypes that sting today. Well, it's because they didn't sting back then. The character of Long Duk Dong, still a great character name, a foreign exchange student, is playing with cheap laughs while exaggerated accents and a gong sound effect every time he appears. That's funny. That was funny in the 80s. The film also treats serious moments lightly. A scene where a drunk girl is handed off to a guy for a deal feels disturbingly casual about consent. What was meant to be quirky now comes off as sensitive and dated, making it tough to watch without wincing. Well, we weren't fucking soft in the 80s. I don't know what to tell you, kid. Whatever.
No.
Are these people scared of their own shadows? Like, do they have to ask themselves consent before they masturbate? Are they these kind of losers?
I don't think people understand that everything evolves. Whether it evolves good or bad is not the point, but everything evolves. Everything changes, everything, the tides change. So you could have a movie like a 16 Candles or a Porky's where there was a lot of like really gross humor because you would go to the movie theater, watch this stuff, enjoy it, and then go outside and not live that kind of real life. You get it out of your system, so you would be a more decent, productive member of society. They don't understand that's kind of what movies and entertainment are all about. So they go back and watch like 16 Candles, Revenge of the Nerds, all these movies that had kind of the grosser humor. And they think, they were so offensive then. No, then we would laugh at this stuff.
Yes.
We evolved to a point where we didn't laugh at we didn't feel comfortable laughing at it anymore. That we understood that maybe some of these things, like handing off a drunk girl or whatever, were probably not the coolest things in the world. But just because you don't think they're funny now doesn't mean they weren't funny then. So that's why all these people are like, like Baby It's Cold Outside. It's like, really? A fucking
That's-
75-year-old song, and this 15-year-old twat's getting butthurt about it? What the fuck do I care about this 15-year-old kid with no life experience?
It's still a great Christmas song. You know, I don't know why it's got banished.
Because people just want to be noisy. That's all it is. Next one is one that they kind of have an argument, not that ad, is Revenge of the Nerds.
Oh, come on. That was good.
Well, the movie's good. The movie is as good as any of the other kind of comedies that came out of the 80s. I understand the scene in the moon room. I totally get it. That's
It's a sleazy 80s movie. Come on.
in the context of the movie, it's fine for me. But I understand why people now kind of look back at that when they're like, of all the shit in the movie, that's the thing that goes.
Okay,
and of course the voyeurism, planting the cameras around the sorority so they could watch the girls sleep and shower.
Okay, but it's not.
But that was just what was funny then.
It's not fair to judge yesterday by tomorrow's standards or today's standards. You can't do that. Like, that's not a fair assessment.
I agree. That's why one of the reasons why I always tell these people to bitch about these things, even though I understand why they get frustrated by them, I will still tell them to shut up, is because it's fucking pretend. It's like nobody gets mad at Daffy Duck for turning the gun around on fucking Elmer Fudd and having him shoot himself in the face.
Oh yeah,
they know it's fake. They know it's pretend. They know it's a cartoon. This is not really that much different. It's pretend. It's fake. It's essentially a live action cartoon. There's nothing real about it. So you can be mad at the kind of message it sends. That's fine. But anybody who goes to a movie thinking that they're watching real life anyway needs to be punched in the face, because that's not how it goes. TSS says, I remember I was watching Rush Hour a couple of weeks ago before the movie started. They put a warning saying how this movie was made in time before today's standards, and some scenes were not good. Let's just say, yeah.
Dude,
you know what? I would rather them put warnings in the front of things, so that way, if you're somebody who doesn't want to deal with it, you can just not watch it, and that way you won't bitch about it.
I like that idea.
I'm okay with that.
So wait, well, and I'm going to use this as an example because it's literally just come out. So something like Revenge of the Nerds is not okay, but in Peacemaker season 2, they can show a bunch of fat, naked old people running around in a bisexual orgy. That's okay.
But the idea is that it's consensual. So I mean,
okay,
whatever.
But you get my point of what I'm trying to make here. Like it's stupid. That's completely retarded.
It's kind of like how for sure, like Blazing Saddles will definitely couldn't be made today. Like Blazing Saddles still awesome movie.
You can make these movies today. The problem is they're going to dumb them down and they're going to ruin all the jokes to try to make it satisfy the 14-year-old fucking social justice warriors. But just in time to start talking about orgies, here is the Rose Gaming. What's up, brother?
Oh, so you're linking me with orgies now. Okay.
There you go.
Would you rather me link you with your actual sexual conquests, which are none?
What's going on, Frank? It's been a while.
What's up, brother? Yeah, it's been a while. Been listening to some of your stuff as I'm at work. I try to go around with some of these guys that I follow and give some watch time along at work, but I don't get to watch much live anymore.
Talk about that. You need to watch a little bit more of my content.
I knew you were gonna say that, Casey. You fucking clout chasing cocksucker.
Well, I mean, look, it says right there. It says I'm here to steal Frank's clout, so that's what I'm here for.
When did we get clout? I didn't know we had any over here. There's too much.
There, I just changed your suckling the tit of clout. There, I just changed it for you, Casey. There you go. Let's see. Back to the movies now. Let's see. The next film on the list is Overboard. Really, Overboard? I mean, I kind of get it, but I mean, still, you can't have fun with the movie.
I never heard of it.
And just so you know, Rose, this article is the 12 80s films that aged.
You've never seen Overboard with Kurt Russell and Goldie Hawn?
Hey
No.
Casey, there's your wiener screw-in plug again right there.
What did you say, Frank? The 12 top 12 movies of the 1980s.
There are 12 '80s films that aged poorly and feel out of touch today. This was written for Comic Basis, the website Comic Basis.
Okay.
So what's wrong with Overboard?
I've never seen it.
I think the problem is the basic storyline that she gets amnesia, and because she never paid him for the work that he did, he's going to tell her that he's his dead wife, that she is his dead wife, and make her clean house for him to try to get as a way of earning his money back.
Oh,
But here's the problem, though, is it's such an outlandish, silly premise that you can't possibly think that it would actually happen.
Right. And it's Kurt Russell. Who doesn't love Kurt Russell, man? I mean, the dude is one of my favorite actors of all time. I love the guy. He's awesome.
Like I said, the '80s, you could have some fun with an '80s comedy and do crazy shit, and people are okay with it. But for whatever reason, nowadays the fucking kids are just whatever. Fuck them. Big, really, from 1988. What's the problem with this?
I know what it is, Frank. It's because the problem is that the woman that Tom Hanks dates, well, she's a groomer. If you really think about it.
Well, she doesn't know that he's a kid. So she just thinks he's a guy.
Did she?
Well, by that standards, and so is Wonder Woman and Wonder Woman 1984 too. Holy crap!
I don't know how we're.
Honestly, I'm joking about that because it's funny. Because like, if you think, I don't think they can really do that nowadays. Like, I can understand back then. It was one of those things you wanted to grow up faster when you were a kid.
It even says right here, Tom Hanks shines to the kid who wakes up in an adult's body after a carnival wish. His charm carries the film, but the romantic subplot with an adult woman, Susan, is uncomfortable. Knowing he's mentally 12 makes their relationship feel wrong, even if she's unaware of his true age. So she doesn't know. She's not doing anything wrong. She looks at this guy and says he is an adult man. He is in an adult man's body, whatever. So she doesn't know. Like I said, it's a cartoonish, way out there, outlandish plot, and everybody's going to pick on it because whatever. Because we need to be offended by something.
I'm a little. I think something wrong with the movie. So it aged him, made him big, but his intelligence didn't grow with him. So you figure if it grew him big, he should got the intelligence of his age, like maybe some college, then maybe he could
Casey, you're thinking way too hard about a movie that doesn't require that much thought.
I have a tendency to do that.
Look, I mean, sometimes you want to think of these things, but you're talking about a movie where a kid makes a wish at a fucking carnival sideshow, and it somehow happens to come true. So you're already in pretty stupid territory to actually believe any of this shit.
Yeah, he's pretty much Shazam from the DC universe without the superpowers. Basically, what it is.
No, it's just dumb. Next movie on the list is Trading Places, which is one of my favorite 80s movies. Great comedy. Eddie Murphy and Dan Aykroyd star in this comedy about a rich man and a poor man swapping lives in a cruel bet. It's sharp on class issues, but some gags haven't aged well. Aykroyd's character in blackface during a train scene is jarring. No,
that'll do it.
On the racial stereotypes of humor. Language and the scene implying animal cruelty feel out of step with today's standards. I don't know. The social satire still bites, but these missteps make it a bumpy rewatch. No, it doesn't. And what makes it a bumpy rewatch if you have a man bun and you don't know if you have a pussy or a dick?
I'm willing to bet whoever wrote this article has their pronouns prior to anything else. Just to guess that
we just have to ask our resident racist over here, Mr. Nigor.
No.
From what I understand, his name.
No. I am Nigor, king of the racists. That is my new gimmick I've given myself. You will respect my authority, sir. I got news for you. But either way, continue.
The next one we got is the Year of Living Dangerously, which I do not think I've ever seen this movie, to be perfectly honest.
No, I hadn't either.
It's not ringing any bells.
The drama follows an Australian journalist and a British diplomat caught in turbulent romance during the 60s Indonesian coup. Mel Gibson's Sigourney Weaver delivers strong performances, but the film's portrayal of Indonesian culture feels shallow and stereotypical. It leans on exoticized visuals and outdated colonial vibes, which don't sit well now. Who fucking cares? The romance is compelling, but the backdrop lacks depth, making the film feel like a relic of less aware times. Well, whatever. I haven't seen the movie, so I don't know how much I can defend it, but whatever.
It should be canceled. Let's just say that.
I don't know. It probably didn't do very well at the box office. That's why they think
They're
it
canceled you cases.
Let's see. Driving Miss Daisy is the next one. I haven't seen this movie in a long time, but it won Oscars. The Oscar-winning film tracks the bond between a wealthy white woman and her black driver in 40s Georgia. Oh, no. Equality and understanding between the races. That's such a bad thing. Morgan Freeman and Jessica Tandy are excellent, but the story simplifies race relations in a way that feels naive today. Well, because you have to simplify stories like this to put them on film. You can't always tell deep stories like that. It centers the white perspective, sidelining deeper exploration of systemic issues. Oh, here's that phrase again. I'm talking about systemic racism now. Critics now point out its rosy take on segregation era dynamics, especially when compared to bolder films like Do the Right Thing from the same year, which is based in a time that is fucking 40 years after that, but whatever. The charm is there, but it glosses over the hard truths. That wasn't what it was there for. It wasn't there for the hard truths. It was it was focusing on the relationship between these two people that just happened to exist in a time where the situation was what it was. I don't know, fuck these people. God, I don't know why I chose this list. It's making me angry because it's obviously made by people who have no fucking clue what they're talking about, or people that are 20 years old and they're just regurgitating the same bullshit that their fucking junior college journalism professor shoved down their throat.
Probably, yeah.
I'm sure whoever made this list took like 6 months out of like a feminine studies class in their first year of college, and they think they're an expert now. What this kind of girl it sounds like.
Let me pose you this question: how do we know somebody actually even wrote this list? Because with AI so prominent now, they could have just had AI generate it.
That is true. That is a good point.
By Arthur S. Poe. I don't know who Arthur S. Poe is. I'm sure
maybe
probably some 25-year-old asshat. I don't know.
Whoever it is, I hope they find themselves in front of a fast-moving bus. So,
Jesus!
The next movie is Weird Science from 1985. Two nerdy teens create a perfect woman.
Oh, come on, that was good.
It is John Hughes sci-fi comedy. The concept is wild, but treating the woman Lisa as a fantasy object feels off now. She's less a character for the boys' wishes, reflecting dated gender views. Oh, gender views. If you start using phrases like gender views or gender identity, then fuck, I just don't care.
God forbid
that tosses casual sexism, crude humor, whatever, blah blah. It's got 80s flair and lack of respect for the female lead, makes it hard to cheer for. Well, she carries the fucking movie. It's like
Weird Science is awesome. That was a hell. I even watched the TV show that came out after the movie years ago. Like it's a fun 80s coming of age story. Is all that was. Ooh, how dare they put a hot woman in front of the camera? It's not like that's ever been done before. But God forbid.
You're just stupid.
I just got an idea. What about poorly TV shows that were poorly when like the same thing instead of movies as TV shows back in the 80s? Wouldn't that be a good idea? I mean, I'm sure there's a couple like that.
Let's see.
I'm sure Frank can find a list that's just as terrible.
15 comedy movies from the 80s nobody remembers. Worst movies of every major franchise, according to audiences. Greatest war movies ever. Classic 80s movies you've forgotten about. Avoid these 10 well-known horror movies if you're new to the genre. 10 essential horror movies of the 90s. Horror movies that everyone should see at least once. Most unwatchable horror movies. 15 most underrated horror movies of the 90s. 90s movies we loved as teenagers but we'll never watch again. So nothing on TV shows.
Well, there you go.
But I've got plenty.
Casey, I guess that can be your homework, pal. You can go digging through and find a quality list and maybe next time when you get called up to the big leagues, pal, you can present it to us. How about that?
Oh,
Yeah.
but by then he'll forget.
Well, not only that, it'll be
Shut
a
up,
decade.
Rose. You're giving my plan away. Don't say the quiet part out loud.
And not only that,
let's be honest. He'll forget in the next 10 minutes.
Yeah, Casey, honestly, like I said, I just want you to work on your joke presentation. As long as you can spit the
I'm not going to lie about that, but honestly, I'm going to forget because it'll be a decade from now before I get a next invite. So, I mean, by the next decade,
as long as you're aware of that, you don't have to bother me every time I go live. You're like, why didn't I get invited, man?
There you go.
And moving on to the next one. This is one that's going to frustrate me. Porky's from 1981. I don't care what anybody
Oh,
says.
come on.
Oh,
Are you
come
serious?
on, man. That's a classic.
Oh, come on.
This movie's awesome. They can be mad at this all they want, but you got to. It's like, look, teenagers deal with hormones. You can't get around that. You may as well have fun with it and make a funny movie about it. Obviously,
the sex comedy is a staple in film. Like we need those.
I mean, they did stuff like this in the 90s and even in the 2000s. So it's just only in the 2010s and the 2020s all this became taboo that, we had to have standards now in these movies and God forbid have comedy.
The sex comedy from Porky's to American Pie and everything in between. Movies like this were for the teenage male audience, for you and your buddies to go laugh, and you'd see like one chick get topless, maybe two if you were lucky. There'd be some naughty jokes, and then by the end of the movie, there would always be some kind of actual meaning to it that you were supposed to learn, but you didn't care because you saw boobs. So that's how this works. Don't mess with the formula. It's not that hard.
And not only that apple pie feels like never mind.
I bet you know what an apple pie feels like, a weirdo.
Yeah, it feels like the inside of his dog's asshole, right, Casey?
Oh, I wasn't even going to go that hardcore.
What's up, Van? I apologize for the show ahead of time. So I couldn't help it. I had to. I went and looked up this guy Arthur S. Poe who wrote this, and it's pretty close to what I thought. Arthur S. Poe is a writer based in Europe. He has a PhD in.
Oh, there's your problem.
He's passionate about comics and movies in general. He's really not, especially DC comics. He has also written movie reviews and analytical articles and has been featured on sites such as IMDb. I could get something published on IMDb. It's not that hard. He is currently writing for Fiction Horizon on a permanent basis and prefers DC comics and indie comics over Marvel. Of course he does, because everybody loves Marvel and he wants to be a contrarian. Especially Batman has Rogues Gallery, but he is not exclusive and can read every comic that is good enough from Marvel. He especially likes the X-Men and Spider-Man. He is also a big fan of Japanese comics, especially shonen manga, which are also part of his personal collection. I don't care. This guy sounds.
I'd rather take you, Frank's, Tex, and Jeremy's list than these other guys. At least I know, like,
I would never
their
make
credibility.
TV shows that aged poorly because everything ages poorly. I mean, if you really want to be an asshole, I could pick apart a movie like Wizard of Oz. I could pick that shit apart. I mean, I could go back and find even the great movies and find reasons that you should not like them. But I don't think that's a valuable way to spend my time, especially if I'm going to get published. I don't think it's a valuable way of trying to of writing, but whatever.
I only got one thing to say. 1776, pal. We won. That's what matters.
Well, I'm just saying that I'd rather take your guys' list of movies than some random person on the internet, you know?
Arthur S. Poe should remember that we opened a big can of whoop ass on him at Yorktown. But that's beside the point. Write an article on that, Arthur S. Poe. The next movie on the list is Teen Wolf from 1985. I honestly don't know what kind of problem they'd have with this. Michael J. Fox is a high schooler who discovers he's a werewolf, turning him into a local celebrity. The concept was fun, but the special effects look cheap and dated. A lot of stuff from the 90s, early 2000s look cheap and dated.
Okay.
The story also leans on shallow stereotypes like jocks and nerds. That much depth. That's what it was. It lacks the winter heart of other
It's
80s
still that
films.
way.
The werewolf makeup and clunky pacing make it feel like a relic best left in the past. Well, you're a cocksucker.
I can tell you what's wrong is that he made van surfing look so easy that you just can just do it, and not only that, that werewolves are actually good at basketball. You don't see any werewolves in the NFL, so apparently they're not really that great. So
Okay, first off, they play football in the NFL. The basketball is the NBA. Werewolves don't really exist, and it's a fantasy stupid movie from the 80s. Why is
I
this
like
asshole thinking deeply about its social fucking whatever? Who cares?
So is
Well,
the
I
Teen
think
Wolf that
Arthur-
we got?
Okay, the guy
Is
who's
it-
criticizing all these movies is the same guy who sits there, who apparently loves the comic books, where a rich guy puts on a fucking suit and swings around Gotham City every night. This guy
So
cares
is the Teen Wolf we got like 15 or so years ago? Is that like a new version of it, or is that
Okay, let me
something
explain
different?
let me explain to you what those bullshit shows are. What they did was Teen Wolf, Riverdale. Riverdale was actually a modern telling of the Archie comics.
The Archie comics, yeah.
What was the new the Bel Air show that's on? It's a
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a dramatic take of the Fresh Prince. Yeah,
Yeah, that one I knew about.
They tried to turn them all into teen dramas. So they had the Teen Wolf show come on the fucking CW, whatever the hell it was on. And instead of being kind of a goofy,
Well, no, on MTV, I think.
no, it was on CW or something like that, or
Yeah, it was on CW's. My dad used to watch it when it was on TV.
What they did was they turned them into like teen dramas and completely ruined with the whole point of the fucking story. Like Riverdale was the one that was really bad. I never watched the story, but I've watched a couple of videos about it. I never watched the show, and I watched a couple of videos about it. Riverdale was supposed to be like a dramatic teen telling of the Archie comics, but at some point it became about fucking ghosts and sorcery and people turning into monsters. They turned into something that never
that was because the CW had canceled Supernatural and they needed to replace it with something else. That's why that became that way, because they didn't have the Winchester brothers carrying the Supernatural side.
Drastically change everything that a character in a show is about that much.
Yeah, I fucking miss Supernatural, man. That show was great.
Oh, Supernatural. Well,
what the hell? Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. That got that show got so. I love when the first couple seasons. The first season was kind of iffy. Second season, it kind of found its legs a little bit, and rather than being part of the MCU, it did kind of exist in its own little pocket of the world, and it was kind of reacting to things that were happening in the larger MCU rather than being directly involved in them. I liked when that happened. Next thing you know, everybody, their damn brother's a metahuman or a fucking Eternal or some shit, and then at one point the entire Earth has been destroyed, and we're fast forwarded fucking 100 years in the future, and there's only pieces of the Earth floating around, and there's people, and I'm like, wait a minute, there was no time.
The best time.
The last episode of the last season where everything was fine, to this episode of this season where apparently the Earth has been destroyed, and we've gone 100 years in the future. That was just dumb.
I can't remember which season of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. it was, but it was at the time that Age of Ultron movie was coming out. The show was linked up with the movies, and it paired really well with the storyline. I don't remember. It was early season, maybe 2 or 3. I'm not for sure, but it was one of the first ones that was real good.
Yeah, I just whatever. We're gonna do something else after this list because I'm already getting angry. Let's see. Howard the Duck. Yeah, this one sucked.
Hey, and I know Alex is going to clip this, so I'm giving him permission ahead of time. What's wrong with little bestiality? There you go, Alex.
No. Then again, if you ask Casey, he'll agree with you.
Oh, come on. Hold on. They never. Hold on.
Is Casey
we don't know it. We don't know. We've never seen anything happen. I mean,
no, you do. You see have you never seen Howard the Duck?
I hadn't seen it in the longest time, but there was no actual sex, so there was no.
Oh, come on, man.
That's left to stretch to your mind.
If I see one mayonnaise jar in your background, Casey, I'm kicking you out of this channel. I swear to God.
It's not mayonnaise. He likes it rough. It's chunky peanut butter. But this movie, it is one of the movies that's so bad it's good. I think people have, and I'm surprised they don't mention it in this article. It says the misfire follows a duck from their planet stuck on Earth. It's actually not from their planet. It's from another dimension, I believe. Teaming up with human Beverly, the quirky premise flops as, blah, blah, blah. The humor leans on dated gags, and the production feels cheap. It was. It gained a cult following for its oddity, but it's more awkward than endearing today. The one thing they could have a problem with, and I would almost say that I get it, was having Jeffrey Jones in it, who ran into some legal problems of his own involving he shouldn't have. But they don't even mention that being part of the reason why you shouldn't like this movie. And for the most part, I still stand by when I say that if Marvel wants to be really cool, they should remake Howard the Duck, place it in the MCU, have some fun with it, because you've already had him in the MCU a couple of times.
Yeah.
So
Seth Green is voicing him now.
You don't have to make him an Avenger. You don't have to make him you don't have to have him fight Thanos or Galactus or whoever's next. Just a one-off movie. Have fun with it. Give like a young director who you want to maybe bring into the Marvel sphere, to bring into the Marvel family. Say, hey, give me a Howard the Duck movie. It's going to be a one-time thing. We'll let you have some other characters as cameos. Let's sit down and write something fun. And then we could put a good Howard the Duck movie out that is part of the MCU. It's really fun, and maybe we'll wash out the taste of this terrible movie. But
if nothing else, put Howard the Duck.
A version of Howard.
Give Howard the Duck a sizable chunk in a Deadpool movie. I would love to see Howard the Duck and Deadpool interact. That would be hilarious to watch. I'd love to see that.
I agree with that. That would be interesting.
Something.
But the last movie on this list, thank God, St. Elmo's Fire. Fuck them. This movie's awesome. For one, it's got a killer soundtrack. I'm willing to bet that none of you have seen this movie. I actually watched this movie recently.
I've never seen it.
I think I have, but I for the life of me, I can't remember when. But the title rings a bell.
It's a bit of a coming of age movie, but instead of them being high schoolers, they're college age people who are making that transition from being college students into what will be the real world for them, and not having to back on as their main thing. And some of them go through different things. Like Emilio Estevez's character has to deal with being madly in love with a girl who doesn't really like him. Another character has to deal with being in love with the bad boy of the group who kind of likes her back, but isn't really like, he's not responsible, doesn't really want a relationship. And then there's what's her name? Fucking Bruce Willis's ex, Demi Moore. She's gets into like massive credit card debt, has personal things she has to deal with. So they all have little things they have to deal with that are part of trying to grow into being an adult and understanding how to actually be, alive and not get buried under the world. So it's kind of like that, but I mean, I don't understand what the problem with this is. What does this stupid article written by this moron say about it? The drama tracks a group of recent college grads navigating love and careers. Okay. It's packed with 80 stars like Rob Lowe, Demi Moore, but the characters' self-absorbing whining feels grating now. Well, no, not really. I mean, it's the way that's what all drama was in the 80s. The melodrama, like a subplot of stalking, comes off as overblown. That was his character. The film tries to capture post-college angst, but lacks depth in its relationships. I disagree with that. A couple of them are kind of shitty, but most of them are really good. It's more soap opera than insightful. Well, everything was in the 80s. It was all about drama. Making it a tough sell for modern audiences. Modern audiences are stupid. Which 80s movie do you think?
Fuck modern audiences.
I'm happy to be done with this list because it's frustrating and I want to punch my screen now.
Because of modern audiences, why we have garbage like we do these days. No, thank you. See, I think the problem is, I think Arthur just has sand in his vagina, and he's just irritable. Maybe that's the problem.
Somebody put sand in his ocean, and he's upset about it. That's exactly what it is.
Right? I'm telling you what, it's something.
Yeah, fuck this guy. But I got a better idea. We could fuck around with some bracket fights. You guys want to mess with that?
Let's do it.
Let's see. Share screen with the bracket fights. We'll have to find one. There's plenty of them on here. Let's see. Obviously, we should probably go to film and TV.
Right.
TV and movies. That's
I mean, we should talk about, since we have the expert of film, Casey, here, we should really talk about film. That's what we should really talk about.
Call
So
it
Casey,
Casey, an
give me
expert on
your review of
anything
the last film you
scary.
saw. Well, here's something that Casey will know about. Best Disney princesses. Which ones are your favorite, Casey?
There you go, Casey.
Or even better,
Oh.
Casey, best looking men. What do you think about that?
Best looking men. I thought for a second it would probably like rank the Rocky movies. I was like, well, there's.
Well, they had the Rocky movies on here, sports movies, comic book movies. There was a horror one on here that I was messing with earlier. Oh, best A24 films. You want to go after that one, Tex?
A24's hit or miss. I like some, but it's about 50-50 with me with A24 here lately.
What about the MCU movies?
Horror movie favorites. Okay, should we just do this one right here?
Dealer's choice. You're the one with the button, not me. Oh,
oh wow, this is a tough one right off the jump. I don't know. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to let, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to let Tex, Casey, and Rose vote on these. And I'll just kind of moderate. Now, so that's what I'll do. That way there's clear winners and,
right.
It's going to suck because Casey doesn't watch any movies. Anything cool. I don't know what Rose has watched lately, but we're going to try it this way and see how it works. So the first one, it's a tough matchup. The original Friday the 13th versus the original Carrie with Sissy Spacek. That's a tough one. Tex, what do you think?
For me, it's Friday. Now, I've said on numerous occasions, I think the original Friday has the least amount of rewatchability. But look what came out of that movie. An entire franchise, a Jason universe now. Kevin Bacon getting it through the throat with the arrow. Yeah, we've had remakes of Carrie, but Carrie's nowhere near as good as, Mrs. Voorhees.
Yeah, I think I gotta go with Friday.
Rose, what do you think?
I'm in agreement with the other two.
I'll pick Friday the 13th because that's what you guys say. But my personal of these two, I love both these movies. Don't get me wrong. I will watch both of them many, many times, and I've enjoyed them many, many times. Of these two, though, I would pick Carrie. I can't put a reason on why. I just feel like Carrie's probably the better put together film. I think Carrie is a better character than Mrs. Voorhees, because remember, Jason is not the killer in the original Friday the 13th. Mrs. Voorhees is.
Right, but so, if not for this movie, Jason doesn't have his motive for the next 12 movies or next 11 movies.
I agree, but Carrie was one of those movies that was so good that once you try to sequelize or remake it, you can't do it. Whereas there's been 27 Friday the 13th of various levels of success and quality.
Right.
But Carrie cannot be redone. But you guys say Friday the 13th. I'm going to Friday the 13th.
I go Friday.
Next up is Silence of the Lambs versus The Ring. I don't know, Tex, what say you?
Well, one of these movies should not be on this list because it's not horror, being Silence of the Lambs. It's a thriller with horror properties. But we're dealing with two different styles of horror here. You've got more of a cannibal type serial killer with Silence of the Lambs and an American make of a Japanese film. Just for the fact alone that Silence won an Academy Award, I think you have to pick that one, don't you?
Yeah, I was going to say I like Silence of the Lambs.
I would say pick which one you think is the best of these two. I wouldn't just base it on one having more. I mean, if you really want to put it like that, Silence of the Lambs is up there with Citizen Kane and
even going just by best film, Anthony Hopkins' performance in Silence in the entire, just him as Hannibal Lecter alone is worth watching it for. And it puts the lotion on its skin and the whole thing. Yeah, I just Silence of the Lambs.
I'll go with Silence of the Lambs because that was a really great movie. So, and I like the Hannibal Lecter movies like Red Dragon. So yeah.
Jodie Foster was really good in that movie too.
She's quite good. I don't know, Rose. What do you say? Silence of the Lambs or The Ring?
I'm going to go with The Ring solely because that's the one I'm more familiar with. growing
Sarah
up.
Michelle Gellar and all that.
I'm not too familiar with Silence of the Lambs. I have heard of it, but I haven't watched it enough.
You need
It's
to watch
good.
it. It's a great movie.
It's a good one.
It's a good movie. It's not really a horror movie as much as it is a
No.
thriller drama. There's
Yeah.
a little bit of horror to it, like when you get to the end, but it's more of a drama thriller.
Like I said, it's a thriller with horror themes, is what Silence of the Lambs is. Still good. Not straight up horror.
If anything, I actually like Red Dragon a little bit better. Actually,
Red Dragon wasn't bad. That was actually a really good.
Yeah.
Text some surprise. I thought you would have picked The Ring, but just on principle.
Just on principle.
I thought about it, but Anthony Hopkins puts it over the top for me, and he's a good one.
Well, I would say of these two movies, I've seen them both. I like Silence of the Lambs better, but I think The Ring, like I said, is a better horror movie. I don't consider Silence of the Lambs horror, but
I'm just not a big Japanese horror guy. I've never been that way.
Okay, Tex, I'm not going to bother asking you. Casey, what do you think?
I don't need to cover this one. You know where I'm going.
I go Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
God damn right.
How about you, Rose?
I'm kind of torn on this one, to be quite honest with you. I'd probably go with Texas Chainsaw Massacre only because of how iconic it is for horror movies.
Yeah,
Psycho is too.
Yeah, I've said many times that my personal favorite horror movie is Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I think it's the most complete, most rewatchable horror movie. It feels good to watch that movie. Like I watched that movie, and there's even if it's the blink of an eye, there's something that I maybe haven't caught before. It makes me feel good. I'm not saying that Psycho is not a fantastic fucking movie. It absolutely is. It's one of
that's what I was about to say.
Genre. But my personal favorite horror movie is Texas Chainsaw Massacre, so I'm going to go with you guys on this one.
These two movies right here are the. Ooh, what do we got here? Exorcist, or what's the other one? I can't see it.
Poltergeist.
It's Toby Hooper against
wow, that's a tough
one. No.
I don't know. I think I like Poltergeist.
So Casey says Poltergeist.
Oh, God, this one.
We're going to text a minute to process. Rose, what do you say? The original Poltergeist or The Exorcist?
Oh, man, this is probably the toughest one on the list so far.
Didn't you say those several times already?
No, I did not say that several times already, you dickhead. I honestly don't know. I know the history of The Exorcist and all the fucked up shit that happened on set in that movie and everything. Poltergeist, ooh man, I've seen that one a couple of times. Man, that's a tough choice for me. I know the history of The Exorcist and everything. I'm gonna go Poltergeist. I think.
You go Poltergeist. Casey, you said Poltergeist?
Yes.
Really? Okay. Tex, what do you think?
Well, you put me in a rock and a hard place here. I mean, it's one of the most scariest demonic films ever with "Let Jesus Christ fuck you" and stabbing herself with a crucifix. Oh my boy. A film that used actual real dead bodies and my fellow Texan icon Toby Hooper. I mean, I gotta go Poltergeist. I can't go against Toby Hooper. I can't do it.
I'm surprised, Tex. I thought you would have gone because I think The Exorcist is much better. Now, Poltergeist.
Oh no, don't get me wrong. I love The Exorcist, but Poltergeist is another one of those movies that for me, it's one of my personal classic favorites. But yeah, I'm a Toby Hooper defender at every level. You know this. I have to side Toby Hooper. There's no way around that for me.
Interesting. I thought that even with the Toby Hooper connection, you would have picked The Exorcist.
Just for the. It's just like I brought up during the review of Texas Chainsaw how Toby Hooper didn't direct Poltergeist. Steven Spielberg did. Yada yada. That whole thing. If not for that alone, I have to go Poltergeist. So yeah, Poltergeist. Give me that one.
Well, Poltergeist it is then. Moving on to the next one. I don't think this is that hard. It's Stephen King's Pet Sematary versus I Know What You Did Last Summer. One of the
Yeah,
first
Pet
90s
Sematary.
Oh,
to be on the list. I don't know. Tex, what say you?
Pet Cemetery is my favorite Stephen King movie out of all his books. I think it's the best to put to screen, complete as a whole. But I Know What You Did Last Summer is campy, 90s slasher fun, right up my alley. I Know What You Did Last Summer. Give me some Jennifer Love huge tits over here, pal. I'm going to Know What You Did Last Summer.
Casey, what do you think? Stephen King's Pet Cemetery or I Know What You Did Last Summer?
Pet Cemetery.
Okay.
Rose is the decider.
Down to you. What say you, my friend? Stephen King's Pet Cemetery or I Know What You Did Last Summer?
I'm going to be honest. I haven't watched either of these movies.
Really?
I've heard of them. I'm familiar with them a little bit, but I actually haven't watched either of these movies.
So you've never seen Herman Munster say sometimes dead is better. Don't go down that road, but with a main accent. Yeah, I can't do the main accent, but they're both fun watches.
After I Know What You Did Last Summer, but when they did it with the I Still Know What You Did Last Summer, I was like, okay, what about the next time? It's like I still know you did what you did last summer. And technically, it's no longer last summer when
they just did a not a remake, but a legacy sequel that came out this year. I'm looking at the popcorn bucket right now here in my filming room.
I don't know. I struggle. I struggle with this one. My personal between these two, I kind of lean towards Pet Cemetery, but I don't want to be the deciding factor. I'll let TSS be the deciding factor. He says that he would go with I Know What You Did Last Summer. So
there's my boy. Hell yeah.
On that one, and we'll move on to the next one. Boy, this is a tough one too. The original Hellraiser versus Stephen King's It, the miniseries from the early 90s. I'm going to let you guys debate, and I'll be back in just 1 second, okay?
Oh, now he's gone. Can we say some racist shit?
So
now?
okay, well, what do y'all? I'll kind of let y'all go first. Rose, where do you stand on It or Hellraiser? What do you lean towards?
I'm leaning towards It, to be honest with you.
Now, have you seen both of these?
I have seen part of Hellraiser. I haven't seen all of it, but I've seen a good amount of it. I have seen It a couple of times. And plus, my brother's a big horror movie buff, so if I ever want to watch a horror movie, I know where to get one from.
Isn't Hellraiser? I think Hellraiser's name, or is it one of the Hellraisers? Is that you and AJ made me watch that one night?
Yeah, AJ wanted you to watch one of the Hellraiser movies. I don't remember which one of them y'all watched, but
I know I watched one of Terrifiers, and I enjoyed it.
So okay, for me personally, I would go It. I think I'm not a big Hellraiser fan. Hell, the review is on this channel when we reviewed it, I think last year in October, or 2 years ago, maybe, whatever it was. But you just don't get enough of the Cenobites in the Hellraiser films. And there's such an interesting character and the backstory and the lore. I want more of them. But Uncle Frank and Aunt Julia are the real bad guys of the Hellraiser franchise. The Cenobites are just the otherworldly beings that, come into it later on. But yeah, for Tim Curry as Pennywise, I'd go It for me on that. But what do you think?
I thought you would have picked Hellraiser ahead of that for the same reasons that I would pick Hellraiser.
I would if we got more of the Cenobites, like I was saying. We just don't get enough of them. Like there's, especially in that first movie. There's nowhere near enough of the Cenobites. I want more of the Hellfreaks, and it's just I don't get enough to be able to choose
I'll go with you guys, and I'll choose it.
Okay.
Which one? It?
It.
Which one are you talking about? You're
It.
choosing it? Which
Yeah.
it are you choosing?
Don't hurt his head like that, Tex. I know, Rose, what do you think? Are you taking the It miniseries or Hellraiser?
I went with it.
I'll be
Really?
right back.
Okay. I'm surprised, Tex. I thought that you would have picked Hellraiser over It for the same reason that I would pick Hellraiser over It, because both these very, very good. I love the original miniseries. I have it on DVD. I've watched it many, many times. Great acting, great everything. But because it was a miniseries, they couldn't really get into the horror aspect of it because it was on TV. So there was a lot of tension, a lot of drama, a lot of thriller, terror themes, but not a lot of blood and guts, not a lot of visual stuff. The visual stuff was really, really tame because it came out like
realistically, both of these movies are very tame. I mean, yeah, it came out on broadcast television, but I'm sorry, Hellraiser is just so boring to me. I like Christy as a final girl. I like her going into the future of this franchise. And how can you not like the Hell Freaks? But there's just not enough there. I don't know. If they had given me more, I would have went otherwise. But I picked it just based on, Dean Cundy being the one that shot it, coming from Halloween. It looks amazing. The miniseries does. And Tim Curry is Pennywise. Those two things really put the top up for me. Even though part 2 sucks. It does not work with the adults, and it didn't work in the modern remake either. It only works with the kids.
I actually met the kid in 2018 who played Georgie in the newest movie too.
Really? Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Next one up is Signs versus Gothica. Tex, what do you say?
Wow. Neither of them really for me. I guess Gothica's. I don't know. I don't really care about either of these, to be honest with you. I guess Gothica. At least you get to look at Halle Berry for an hour and a half, so that's something, I guess. Whatever.
I've never seen Gothica, but I do like Signs. So by default, I'll go with Signs.
Okay. Rose, what do you say, my friend?
Yes, these are actually two movies I've actually never heard of, so I guess I'd have to go back. If I were to watch one of these two, which one would you recommend me check out first?
I would say watch them both. It doesn't really matter which order. I mean, I say give every movie a chance. But I'm going to say, for the same reason that I was saying why I was surprised that Tex picked Signs of the Lambs. Gothica is more of a horror movie. Signs is just a thriller. It's a mystery thriller with some alien sci-fi notes. It's not even really. It's way less of a horror movie to me than Silence of the Lambs is.
Just based on these movie cover arts alone, I would probably go lean towards Gothica.
Signs is the one where they just beat the aliens with water, right? Isn't that one?
Yeah, pretty much.
I think so. Yeah. No, Gothica is. Yeah, I'd go Gothica.
I don't know. I'm guessing if I got to be the tiebreaker here, I'm going to go with Gothica because, like I said, Signs to me, it's more of a mystery than it is a thriller sci-fi mystery than it is a horror movie at all. So, and Gothica is actually a pretty good horror movie. Tex, we don't need to ask you. Tex is just going to see the thing. We already know where he's voting. But I don't know. Casey, have you seen both these movies? Which one would you pick?
I never heard Jennifer's Body. But
that was fun. Jennifer's Body's fun.
Halloween obviously is going to be a classic, so I'll have to go with Halloween.
It's not like I'm a Michael Myers fan. I bought Fanta soda just because Michael Myers. Fanta pineapple, and it's got Michael Myers on the front of it and on the can. So. Okay.
Hey, you would have Michael Myers toilet paper if they had.
Wait. I don't think he would wipe his ass with Michael Myers. Now, I thought about sending him a roll of 49ers toilet paper, as I know he'd wipe his ass with that. But I don't think he'd wipe his ass with Michael Myers.
No. Now, if you want to send me a roll of toilet paper with that cunt Jamie Lee Curtis on it, I'm all down for that. But
I wonder if I could order. Ooh, can we make personalized toilet paper? I have to look this up real quick.
I'm sure you can at this point. It's probably possible. I'm sure. Yeah.
But
So,
yeah, I go with
have
Halloween.
any of y'all seen Jennifer's Body though? It's a fun movie.
No.
You can. Personalization mail.
Oh
is the
boy.
website. Let's see.
Well, while Frank's doing that, I'll just quickly give a Jennifer. But basically, what happens? It stars Megan Fox, from the Transformer early movies, and
She's fucking horrible in the Mortal Kombat games. Ugh.
Amanda Seyfried, she plays like the good girl in the movie. Basically, what happens? There's like this teen rock band that wants to become like Metallica or AC/DC, and it plays off of the whole, Satanism and or satanic rock, whatever. In order for this band to become famous, they have to sacrifice a virgin. So they pick Megan Fox at one of their concerts, and turns out she's not a virgin. She's already had sex before. So she basically becomes a man-eating demon woman, and hijinks happen. It's made from it was a woman that directed it. It's a very much a feminist kind of movie, but it's still fun. But yeah, it's no Halloween. It's nowhere near that.
So Rose, what were you trying to say, man?
I'm definitely going Halloween. As legendary as that series is, and the fact that over the years I've met a few of the actors from those movies, it's you can't put the two and two together, to be honest with you.
Right. Yeah, I agree. Halloween is definitely the better of these two films. Now we're on to I guess we're doing this entire side of the bracket first, and then we're going to go to the other side.
Okay.
Now we're back to Friday the 13th, the original, versus Silence of the Lambs. What say you, Tex?
Give me Friday.
All right, Casey, what do you think?
Silence of the Lamb.
Well, Casey says silence. Okay, fair enough. I know, Rose, what do you think?
I'm sticking with Friday.
You sticking with Friday?
Yeah.
I will stick with Friday as well, for the same reason I would have picked The Ring over Silence of the Lambs. It's a real horror movie.
Yeah.
Also one of my favorite horror movies. The original Friday, the original Nightmare. All those are really, to me, tops of the pops when it comes to horror. I'm going with that as well. Now on down to here you go, Tex. It's Tober.
Oh God.
Tex, I'll give you a minute. I'll give you a minute, Tex, to think on this. We'll go to Casey first.
I'll go with Poltergeist.
Casey's going with Poltergeist. Okay. Rose, what do you think, sir?
I'm going Chainsaw.
Chainsaw. All right. Now, Tex, they didn't give you a whole lot of time to think, but we're going to put you on the spot here.
This is my, Schindler's List moment, I guess. I have to pick which one I love more, but yeah, it's obviously. Thank you, Toby Hooper. Once again, give me Chainsaw. Give me every day. Give me Texas Chainsaw.
Now, me and Tex have been talking about this project that we're going to try to do in March.
Yes.
And this was a small taste of what could happen now when this project comes So, Tex,
it's going to be fun.
I want you to remember this moment, because you're probably going to come across it again at some point in the spring when we we're talking about. So just get yourself ready. Take your blood pressure medication, do some cardio, make sure your heart's strong, because I don't want you to pop a clot live on stream.
Right.
If you get put in a tough position again. Right now, it's all fun and games. It's going to be for a real reason in the spring, but
come March plow, it's going to be all it's all keeps on that.
The first year, I'll be able to announce some stuff that we've been talking about, but yeah, it's going to be interesting. Tex has got a little taste of what could be, but now we are on to I Know What You Did Last Summer, the original versus Stephen King, the miniseries from 1990 or 91. I keep forgetting. But what say you, Tex?
I'll stay with I Know What You Did Last Summer. It is one of the, yes, it's a knockoff of Scream, but that's the point. And it's an iconic slasher franchise. I mean, The Fisherman, he's not an A tier, but he's still memorable. So,
Casey, what do you think? I Know What You Did Last Summer versus Stephen King's It. And I just realized that's the Mexican language poster for It. I was just looking at it.
Is it? Oh, but like Tex said, is that I Know What You Did Last Summer is a knockoff of Scream, and I like Scream better than this one, so I'll go with It instead.
Okay.
ooh,
Okay. What do you think, Rose? Give me your thoughts.
I'm sticking with it.
Well, you've already been outvoted, unfortunately. Again, I don't think I can go wrong with either one of these. I think I Know What You Did Last Summer is the better horror film because, like I said, you can only do so much horror on TV in 1991 when that came out. But
I'm not choosing. I guess Tex and you are pretty much staying in the correct. Like I like between Silence of the Lamb and Friday the 13th. I like Silence of the Lamb, but it's not like you said. It's not actual horror movie. It's like it's not even tied in there. It's kind of like how one of the next movies on the other side of the bracket. I think was it either Species or Aliens. It's not a horror movie. It's sci-fi.
yeah, well, yeah. I mean, you can have that. Yeah, there's an argument made, but I Know What You Did Last Summer wins that round. Now we're on to Gothica versus the original Halloween. Tex, you know what you're picking. In your mind.
Do I need to hold up my Michael Myers sodas again? Yeah.
No, you don't need to do any of that. I don't know. Casey, what do you think? Gothica versus the original Halloween?
Halloween.
Halloween. Rose, do you want to try to make a case for Gothica, or are you just going to say Halloween?
I'm going to stay with Halloween because I haven't seen Gothica, but like
and
I said
all
before,
the good horror films, who would put Gothica even? That's crazy.
Like I said before, based on the cover art of Gothica, it looks pretty interesting.
I always thought
it's not bad.
It was pretty good. I mean, it's not like top tier, but it was a pretty watchable movie. We may have to put that one in a future review because I remember watching it and thinking it was a pretty wild movie. Not fantastic, but definitely pretty wild. But
it was a fine 2000s film. It's not great, but it's not offensive by any means.
All right, now we're getting into some heavy hitters now, man. This is getting a little tough. The original Friday the 13th versus the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I don't think Texas is going to waver from Tobe Hooper for Friday the 13th.
all the Saw is family Chainsaw. No arguments.
Casey, what do you think?
Just to piss Tex off, I'm gonna go with Friday the 13th.
I hope Casey enjoys his last time on here. It's not going to
happen. It is going to be 10 years before you come back on here.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I shouldn't even get ready for my next.
Count, pal. You're gonna be back in the stands with your popcorn, bitching about it next decade.
Well, I know I'll get an invite back in the year 2035. So by then, I probably will.
Well, you're not making a very good case for yourself right now either.
Well, no, Rose. What do you think? Apparently, it's coming down to Rose for the tiebreaker. What do you think, Rose? Is it Friday the 13th or is it Texas Chainsaw Massacre?
I'll go Chainsaw, and not just for the fact that
there you go.
I think it's the slightly better movie. But in the video game world, maybe you guys may not have known this, but Casey probably does. But the Texas Chainsaw Massacre was the very first horror video game ever made.
It was on the for console.
Atari.
Yep, Atari 2600. And it's very, very expensive and very, very rare game.
So Texas Chainsaw Massacre it is. And now, again, we're getting to some of the tougher ones now on this left side of the bracket. I Know What You Did Last Summer versus the original Halloween. And you're again, Tex. You're going to be put into one of these really tough situations here in a minute.
I know.
You saw it coming. I know
what's
you looked at the
coming.
bracket. You probably saw it coming, but
I can sense what's coming down the road, and I'm not going to like it. But yeah, give me Michael Myers. We'll go Halloween.
You better take your heart pills now.
Right? Yeah.
I don't know. Casey, what do you think? I know what you did last summer versus Halloween. I'm pretty sure
I'll
I know
go
what
with
Tex is going to pick.
I'll go with Halloween. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of that movie. It's a bad knockoff of Scream.
Okay,
And
so
you're a
Rose,
bad knockoff of a human being.
Rose, what do you think? Halloween or I know what you did last summer?
Halloween, hands down.
Yeah, I think.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, to me, I mean, look, I know what you did last summer is not bad, but Halloween is one of the elite. Well, here you go, Tex. This is the time where you need you got some of those nitroglycerin pills that your doctor gave you. You might want to take a couple of them.
Oh shit!
Remember,
These two
out through the mouth.
Is there an option where I can just sacrifice Casey in both of these wins? Can I do that?
So, hey, what about let us choose first, and then we'll.
Yeah, y'all do your thing, and then I'll.
Casey, I'll go with you. Feel free to vamp for a minute because Tex is going to need a minute to kind of figure out where he wants to go with this.
I feel dirty right now. I don't like this.
Just to make it fast, I'll go with Halloween. Just to make it fast.
He doesn't want to give me time to think about it. What do you think, Rose?
I'm sticking with Halloween solely because, like I said, I've met Michael Myers, one of the Michael Myers actors before. So I think for me that clinches it. The fact that I've actually met the fucking star of the movie, so to speak.
Well, Tex.
It's not like my vote matters anymore.
I'll give you my thoughts. I'll give you my thoughts real quick to give Tex a chance to take a deep breath and deliver his thoughts. Again, both movies are classics. Both movies are probably top 5 horror movies ever made on most people's lists. Just going on my favorite again, my personal favorite horror movie is Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Not that Halloween's not fantastic, not that it's one of the great horror films ever made, not that Mike Myers is not one of the best, not just horror characters, but just kind of characters in film ever. I mean, he's got to be top 10 in characters ever in film. I'm still going to go with Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It's my personal favorite horror movie. I'm not going to change it now. So I don't know. So Tex, you've had a chance to take a deep breath. You've had a chance to get the bearing on this. Now I understand. I'm going to give you a lot of leverage on this because this is putting you in a tough spot. I know. But what are your thoughts?
If not,
or Halloween?
I have to stand on the words I've said in the past, and I believe every one of them. Texas Chainsaw Massacre is the greatest movie ever made. And if not for the movie on the left, Texas Chainsaw, Halloween is not the kind of film that it is, and the whole series is. So, I mean, for so many reasons, but I'll go Texas Chainsaw without a doubt. I love you, Michael, but I got a good chance.
Yeah, before we
the
get
real
into
reason.
It's like, yeah, go ahead, Casey.
You know the real reason he's choosing that is because it has the word Texas in the title. That's why.
Did you not watch the 2 hour or 2+ hour review that Jeremy and I did on Chainsaw?
Oh, come on now. Casey's attention span can't last that long.
Did you not hear I did not need. Frank wrote notes and even for the show. I didn't need to do notes this week. I carried the whole thing. I just kept blowing them out. There are a few things I know just about everything about the Chainsaw being one of them. So yes,
and everything about Texas. That's what I'm telling you. That the only reason he chose.
Don't hate me because I'm better than you. Use it as an example to try and be better, Casey. Come on.
It's a tough one. It's a tough one. Just glancing at a couple of these that are on the next bracket, there's going to be a couple of hard choices. But
I saw Jaws on there, but that's not a horror movie.
Some of these
shut your filthy mouth. Bull crap, it isn't.
I don't think the first round is going to be too crazy. Second round is where things are going to probably start to get a little tight. And by the time we get to the semifinals, anything that goes up against Texas Chainsaw Massacre is going to have an uphill battle. But it's going to be, I mean, just looking at these, I have a feeling I know where this is going to go. I know how it's going to, I know the two final
Casey,
ones.
how do you not consider Jaws a horror film? Explain this to me like I'm a 5-year-old.
I don't consider it a horror movie either.
What? Go ahead. Explain yourself, please. I'm curious.
I just don't like it. To me, when I think horror movies, it just doesn't seem like the kind of movie that I would consider a horror movie. Like it's still
Okay.
Jaws is still a
Do
great
you
movie,
consider-
but I don't consider it a horror movie.
Yeah.
Do you consider a monster movie a horror film?
That depends on the context of the movie.
Well, the thing is, a great white actually exists. It's not like it doesn't.
Okay,
Not-
but I'm not arguing real or fiction. Is a great white shark not a monster that is terrorizing a population? That's a monster movie by definition.
Okay.
Okay, hold on. For what it's worth, on Wikipedia, Jaws is listed as a 1975 American thriller film. So it's not listed as a horror.
I disagree with that. I disagree with that.
No, I think I agree with Wikipedia on this one. I do agree it is a thriller.
Well,
Okay, but look at it this way.
IMDb, it's listed as monster horror, sea adventure, survival adventure, horror thriller.
Horror is mentioned twice before thriller's even mentioned once. Just throwing that in there.
When I look at Jaws, I don't see the grittiness that makes a horror movie. That's the way I see it.
Okay,
there is grittiness. There is grittiness. I mean, God, people die in the movie.
Oh yeah, of course. But I'm just saying, like, I don't see it on the same level as like Halloween and Chainsaw Massacre and all those.
No, because it's a different kind of horror. It's a monster movie. It's a environmental horror film, is what it is.
Now, if I had to choose between these two, I would have to choose Jaws.
Okay,
oh,
Tex,
man.
what are you picking? I don't think Tex is going to pick the Blair Witch Project. I assume he's going to pick Jaws. But
I'm not picking the Blair. Fuck Blair Witch. Fuck that
Blair Witch. I don't know. Both of the. I mean, we're dealing with the original summer blockbuster with Jaws. Then on the other side, we've got the movie that now it was not the first, found footage film, but it definitely established it as a credible film genre. Oh, I love them both.
It's the first
I love
time
them
I
both,
ever.
but I gotta go Jaws. I love Blair Witch, but I gotta go Jaws.
I don't know. Casey, what do you say? You say Jaws?
Yeah, I said Jaws.
And what were you saying, Rose?
I'm going Jaws.
Yeah, I think Blair Witch is a much better movie than it should have been, but I'm going Jaws. I don't think.
Blair Witch changed the world. I mean, no doubt.
Next one up here is the original Nightmare on Elm Street versus the Evil Dead.
Oh yeah, hell yeah! Evil Dead, without a question. Hail to the king, Bruce Campbell, baby. Evil Dead.
Just to piss him off. Nightmare on Elm Street.
So you're giving these movies fucking. You're giving these movies fake votes, Casey. That's bullshit.
Fake votes.
You're literally voting for a movie you're voting for the opposite movie based on what Tex is voting on.
I'm doing it in spite of him because
exactly, you dildo.
I'm voting for my hatred towards.
And he wonders why he doesn't get invited, and when he acts this way, it's a shocker.
Oh no, Rose, what do you think? Nightmare on Elm Street or Evil Dead?
I'm going Evil Dead. You have to.
Yeah.
You have to.
Yeah, I
love Evil Dead.
I feel like I like Nightmare on Elm Street a little more, but I think Evil Dead is the better film.
I like that. Yeah, I like Nightmare on Elm Street too, but Evil Dead to me is just more. It's more impactful of what it wants to be, you know?
Yeah, this next one is really interesting because you're talking about what some people call the first horror movie ever made, true horror movie ever
Yeah.
made.
Oh
Yeah.
Nosferatu.
Oh,
One of the top
Nosferatu. Okay.
classics in Child's Play.
The
So
Child's
this is
Play.
one that should spur a little bit of debate just because of the differences in eras. I don't know. Tex, what do you think?
Yeah. Well, it's like you just said. We're dealing with, the first big horror film against, while not one of my favorites in Chucky, he's an icon. I mean, he's multiple films, television shows, merchandising out the ass. What now? This is two different, very, very different kinds of horror. But it's hard to argue against a film that's been around 100 years. Give me Nosferatu.
I don't know. Casey, what do you think? Nosferatu or Child's Play?
Just because I can actually pronounce Child's Play, I would choose Child's Play.
All right,
Well, I
Casey,
guess there's
Casey,
there's not many words you can pronounce, Casey, so that makes sense.
Casey, we're gonna sound it out. All right, Casey, you listening? Nos,
Nose,
fur,
fur,
ah,
two. Nose.
Now put it all together. There you go. That was close. It was good enough. It's fine.
It was good
You know what's
enough.
funny is I was just telling my oldest son Keegan the other day that we had made Shakespeare over on Derailed many years ago. Because he was like, I want to hear him like sing a fast song or a rap. I was like, no, dude, you missed it. We made him read. Like,
We need to get the clip of Casey singing "I Want Your Sex" to his, now gone mother. But that was traumatic. I'll never
Does
forget
Bruce still
watching
even have
that.
that? I know we deleted his archive and everything.
It's I don't think
no.
it's all behind. You gotta be
Well,
a Patreon follower to get it now.
No, it's not there no more.
Yeah, the Patreon's been gone for a while.
That's too bad.
I believe Drew said he still has all the episodes on the hard drive, but it's not on the Patreon no more.
Oh,
Because
And
there is
that's
no
not-
Patreon.
weird. Okay. I haven't checked my Patreon in a while. I was still supporting him. Hopefully, he's not just taking my money and being like, "Fuck you, Frank." But so, Rose, what did you say again? I'm sorry, I forgot.
So I haven't seen Nosferatu, and I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't even know it was as old as Tech says it is.
It's old.
So
100 years old.
Based on those facts alone, and because I haven't even seen Nosferatu, that I can't even talk about it. I mean, I have heard of it.
Oh, y'all are missing out.
I have heard of it, but I know, like, to me, Child's Play is, like, mainstream. I think everybody's heard of it. I've seen it. I haven't seen the newest one, but I've seen the first two. The first two. So I got to go with Child's Play.
Yeah, I'm gonna. What'd you say, Casey? Go ahead.
I was going to say Nosferatu. I believe this version is actually free on YouTube.
It's on YouTube. It's on Tubi. I think
Yeah,
it's on the.
It's so old. It's not even copyrighted anymore, right? It's
It's on free use for years.
Now, the thing with Nosferatu, there's many different edits depending on when you get, like, because it's a silent film, there's which music plays in it, it plays differently. I've seen at least, I'd say 5 or 6, maybe even 7 different cuts of the movie. But yeah, Nosferatu, it's a timeless film. It'll always. Didn't we review it on the channel, Frank? I'm pretty sure we did.
The original, we did, yeah.
Yeah, I thought so. Yeah,
we did the original and the new one actually. So.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Let's see. So I think everybody is agreed on Child's Play, even though I think Nosferatu. I don't know. I'll go Child's Play too.
I said Nosferatu. That's all good.
But let's see. We got now Stanley Kubrick's The Shining versus The House of Wax. What say you?
Oh man, both of these are. The Shining is one of the. You can't go wrong with Kubrick. Anything the man ever did was great, from Eyes Wide Shut to this to everything else. But I love this House of Wax movie. The Paris Hilton getting it with the freaking pipe in the face, It's a 2000s era horror film. For my money, if I could only see one, I'm going House of Wax. It's a cheap kill 'em off kind of movie. It's right up my alley.
I don't know. Casey, what do you think? Stanley Kubrick's The Shining or The House of Wax?
It's Shining.
Taking The Shining?
Yep.
I don't know.
Can you give a reason for that, Casey? Can you give a reason for that? Why?
Well, because it's a classic movie, and I also just in the spite of your vote as well. That just makes
that's
it
what I
real.
thought. That's just what I thought.
Rose, what do you think? You got The Shining or do you have House of Wax?
I'm going with The Shining.
You going with The Shining? I would probably go with The Shining as well. I mean, I saw House of Wax once. I don't think I've gone back and seen it again.
I
So
never
I'd have to
heard.
really refresh myself.
Now,
I never
I'm
heard of
surprised
the House
that they
of
didn't
Wax.
put the original House of Wax with Vincent Price against Shining. That's another kind of level debate. But yeah, I like both Houses of Wax. I like them.
I never heard of it.
Of course you haven't, because it's not a mainstream movie that gets shoved down your throat. You have to dig for movies like that.
Another strong first round matchup. We have the original Alien versus the Omen.
Oh, I like the Omen better.
Oh, I was gonna say, let me go first, so I can not have to say I'm choosing in front of him. I mean,
or you can just stop being a
on.
dickhead and choose honestly.
Yeah,
right.
Well, actually, I was gonna vote for Alien, anyways.
There
But
you
I
go.
was gonna saying that let me try to go first, so I couldn't be accused of that and no more.
Rose, what do you think? It looks like you got the tiebreaker here. Do you have the original Alien or the Omen?
I'm going with Alien.
What is wrong with y'all? How do y'all not like Omen? Come on, man.
I mean, I like Alien better because I like sci-fi horror better, but I think that Omen's probably the better. I think Omen is probably the better movie.
That and the Alien movies obviously spawned the mostly good Aliens series video games too.
Yeah, but after, like I said, the interesting thing about the Alien movie franchise is the first Alien was a sci-fi horror. There was horror to it. Aliens, while a very good sequel, it's not a horror movie. It's a sci-fi action piece, and there's not really much horror in the movie.
Yeah.
So I think as a horror film is concerned, Alien is the best movie of the franchise. I would pick Alien simply because I like sci-fi horror, but The Omen is probably the better movie. But you guys have chosen Alien, so we're gonna go with that.
And I like Aliens. This is the third.
Aliens
movie.
You mean Aliens 3? Is that what you're talking about, Casey?
No,
yeah, he was making a bad, angry video game nerd joke.
That's about the fourth one you've made so far today, Casey. You gotta organize your jokes before you come on the stream. Send me a PDF. I'll check off which ones are good, which ones suck, and then we'll let you know what you can say next time you come on the stream. But it's going to be another interesting choice for text. We've got Night of the Living Dead, the original, directed by George A. Romero, versus Hereditary. Casey, go ahead.
Go ahead, Casey.
Make your
decision.
I'm gonna go with Night of the Living Dead.
Okay, Rose, what do you think?
I'm going Night of the Living Dead as well.
Okay, now Tex, are they completely wrong, or do you agree with them?
No, I guess even a blind squirrel finds nut every now and then. You can't. How can you not pick Night of the Living Dead? God bless George Romero for he created. I mean, he wasn't the first one to ever do any kind of zombie thing, but technically they were ghouls in this movie and not zombies. But yeah, I mean, Jeremy and I have had many conversations about our love for the Night of the Living Dead. You know, that whole franchise. So yeah, give me that one.
Night of the Living Dead. It is. I probably would have picked it too as well. We now have the Babadook versus the Sixth Sense. I'll start with you again, Casey. What do you say?
I never heard of the Babadook, but I believe I have to go with the Sixth Sense.
Okay, fair enough. Rose, what do you think?
I've also never heard of the Babadook, so I'm gonna have to go with the Sixth Sense as well.
Okay, fair enough. Tex, I'm sure you've seen both these. Why don't you educate these boys on this?
Yeah. I hate Babadook for that stupid, annoying kid just screaming through the whole movie. And I understand he's supposed to be like either retarded or autistic. I don't know what's wrong with the kid. I can't remember. But just for that kid alone, I'll go 6 cents. And I mean, hell, I see dead people. That line was everywhere for like 5 years. So
Yeah, forever.
Yeah.
They even make jokes about that all the time. It was like
Scary Movie. Whenever they did that movie, they even did a "I see dead people" thing.
Yeah. Now we're getting into some more interesting territory. You got the original Scream versus the Amityville Horror, which is, I believe, the remake, not the original from the 70s. I think that's what it
is that the one with Ryan Reynolds?
Maybe. Let me see.
Cover.
I can't quite read the names.
If it's not the original, I'm not voting for it. So
no, it's not the original.
Well, actually, the Ryan Reynolds Amityville I think is better than the original. But that's I'll let y'all go first. I'll go after y'all. Y'all go ahead.
I'll go with Scream because I like the original first. I like the Scream series, but I thought Scream really set the tone. So, but even though I'm a little disappointed how short of Drew Barrymore was in there, and I don't see the point of having, having her on the pitch on the artwork when she's only in there for a few minutes.
And that is the Ryan Reynolds version from 2005, just so you guys know.
Okay.
But I'm going with Scream.
All right, Rose, what do you think? You got Scream or the Amityville Horror from 2005?
I'll go with Scream too. I love those movies. They are fun to watch.
Yeah, I agree with you guys. I think Scream, I've not been a big fan of the Scream franchise as a whole, but the first and second one weren't terrible, and the most recent two movies have been a little bit better. So I would go with Scream as well. I remember not liking that Amityville Horror movie a whole lot, but I think I only saw it the once. Right. But now we're back into the top, and we once again have a couple of big hitters. It's going to start to get tough now. We have Jaws versus the Evil Dead. Casey, what say you?
Hold on. Text didn't vote for the last one. I didn't hear his answer.
I was going to go Scream, but Casey, you do okay. Do you understand what the point of Scream was? Was literally to subvert movie tropes within the horror genre, right?
Yeah, I said I liked the series. So
okay, but that's why Drew Barrymore dies in the first 5 minutes, because that never happens to the famous final girl. That's why that happens.
No, I'm just saying I was a little disappointed because I was a huge Drew Barrymore fan.
But again, there was a reason as to why it happened.
Right. Well, what do y'all think about these? Rose, what do you think?
Well, I'm gonna go with this one. I'm going with the Evil Dead.
I'm gonna go with Jaws.
Casey, you're going with Jaws? I don't know. Tex, what do you think? Jaws or Evil Dead?
Once again, hell to the king, baby. Evil Dead. I love me some Bruce Campbell, Sam Raimi. The Evil Dead is one of the few horror franchises that's never had a bad film or television show. I love some Evil Dead.
I think I like Jaws better, but maybe Evil Dead. I don't know. But bottom line is Evil Dead won with your guys' votes. Pretty sure it did anyway.
Oh no, we were tied, me and you, Frank.
No, I'm not counting my vote. I'm just going with your guys's.
Right.
If there is for some reason a tie, I might jump in. I'm really moderating this more than anything else. But next one up now is Child's Play versus Stanley Kubrick's The Shining. I'll go with you first, Casey. What do you think?
Why did that sound bad when you said Child's Play? The way
because
how you
you're
said
a pervert.
it.
Now decide what movie you want.
I'm gonna go with The Shining.
Casey is going with The Shining. What say you, Rose?
I'm going with The Shining as well.
Oh,
okay.
What do you think? Shining?
Actually,
yeah. I mean,
actually, no. You know what? I'm going to go Child's Play just to piss Casey off. I'm going to pull That's what I'm on. There you go.
See, you don't like
I'm,
when the shoes on the other foot, do you, Casey?
I would also go with The Shining, so that one gets through the next round. Let's see. The original Alien versus the original Night of the Living Dead. We're going to start having some tough matchups on the side.
Oh, wow.
What do you think? Aliens, Night of the Living Dead.
Who? Me?
Yes, you idiot. You're Casey.
No, the other Casey retard.
I didn't hear him say that. I'll go with Alien.
Alien. Okay. Rose, what do you think?
I'll go with Night of the Living Dead.
Sec. Can't knock either one of those choices, really. Tex. Be the tiebreaker.
Night
Night of the Living Dead versus
of
Alien.
the Living Dead. They're coming for you, Barbara. I love that movie.
Yeah, God, as much as I love Alien, Night of the Living Dead, it's top rate horror. It's one of the crown jewels, so I would go with Night of the Living Dead as well.
Oh yeah.
Now we got the Sixth Sense versus Scream. Getting a little interesting on this one. Again, Sixth Sense, I'm kind of surprised it made it out of the first round, to be honest. But I guess Babadook was so bad that none of you guys wanted to pick it.
Babadook sucks, man. I hate
I don't know.
it.
Casey, what do you think? You've got the Sixth Sense and Scream. Which one do you think should go forward?
I'll go with Scream.
Okay. Rose, Sixth Sense or Scream?
Scream.
What do you got?
Scream.
Okay.
Ditto.
Yeah.
Scream.
This is where I like I said, the Sixth Sense being not so much horror, more mystery thriller. I didn't think it was going to be able to pass up a couple of movies. I'm kind of surprised.
Sixth Sense is one of those movies that you really don't need to watch twice. Like once you see the twist, it's kind of done. It loses its flavor. You know, it doesn't hold.
It loses the magic. It's fun to watch the magician pull the quarter out of a kid's ear until you know how he does it, and then the magic goes on. So yeah, I get it. Yeah, so definitely Scream. I think. Next one up is Evil Dead versus Stanley Kubrick's The Shining.
Oh,
Casey, we're getting into some tough decisions now. What do you think, Casey?
The Shining.
The Shining. Okay.
Just to piss off Tex because
you
I
don't know what his
gonna,
answer is going to be. He might agree with you. I don't
it's
know.
going to be the Evil Dead.
You don't know that.
Yeah, I know
right
that.
Now, for another couple seconds anyway. Rose, what do you think? Do you have Evil Dead or do you have The Shining?
Oh, goodness.
All right, now that Casey's done laughing, I'm going to go with the Evil Dead.
You go with Evil Dead. Okay, you're the tie-breaking vote, it seems, Tex. Casey's got The Shining.
We're gonna
Evil Dead. What do you think?
We're gonna go once Evil Dead for the win, baby.
Evil Dead.
I told you, Frank. I told you, Frank.
You didn't know that at the time.
Oh, I did. I told you.
Oh, this one. Oh, damn. Okay.
Yes. All right. Now we're getting in deep again. We've got the original Night of the Living Dead versus Scream. Casey, which one are you going to pick?
I know the Night of the Living Dead's going to win it, but
don't pick the one you think is going to win. Pick the one you like.
I'll go with Scream.
Okay, that's what I want. I don't want you to pick any ones you've never seen. Pick the ones you like.
Right.
You can like different movies, horror movies, and Tex. It's fine. You're going to love Serbian film. I have a feeling. But Rose, what do you think? Night of the Living Dead or Scream?
I'm sticking with Scream.
You're sticking with Scream.
Oh shit.
Oh shit! Okay, Tex, explain why they're wrong.
Both of these are legendary films that changed the decades that came after them. As much as I love Scream, I can't pick against Night of the Living Dead. And I love Scream, but Night of the Living Dead literally changed the game. Before.
You know what's interesting is like Scream making it through would basically kind of seal this whole thing, because I don't see any way that it would win the next round, or the round after that. So it's kind of. So do I, in good conscience, make an executive decision and say I'm putting forward Night of the Living Dead to make it a harder decision, or do I go ahead and put Scream because I was
You're trying to Schindler's List me now. I see what's going on here. I'm hip to your job, pal. I know what's going on. It's all good.
Let's see, Frank. This is what you got to do what you told Casey to do. Pick the one you like, not the one that should win.
Well, the one that should win is
Going on,
Scream,
AJ?
because you and Casey both voted Scream, and
Yeah.
Tex voted the right way with Night of the Living Dead. So I mean, I feel like I
Yeah.
should respect
Right way?
democracy. I feel like I should respect the democracy, but this pretty much ended this entire bracket. But we'll get there when we get there. Now we've got Evil Dead versus Scream. I'll go to you first, Casey. What do you think?
I know Evil Dead's gonna win it, but I'm gonna go with Scream.
Evil Dead's not going to win because I prefer Scream based on how fun I think those movies were to watch.
Evil Dead.
As a horror franchise, Scream it's a good series. It's fun to watch, and you don't have to take it as seriously, which makes it a fun watch compared to the other
See,
compared to the other movies.
I agree, because I like when you're watching Scream, you're trying to figure out who's going to be the murderer, because it's usually two people who's the murderers, but you're always trying to, like, maybe it's this person or maybe it's that person. And there's several times I thought it was going to be oh God, who's the main character that seems to always just squeak out every time?
Dewey, Officer Dewey.
Mm, Well, Officer Dewey finally got killed, and like
Right,
not
but he was the one. He literally through the first four, he almost dies in every single one. He's the one that almost dies in every one.
yeah. And then they finally kicked the bucket in the one of the most recent ones, but
They should not have killed him the way they did. Justice for David Arquette. That was ridiculous.
I think they just wanted to kill off most of the original crew. Anyways, I
They
mean
should
they
have killed
killed
off
off.
Courtney Cox.
Didn't they kill her off? I thought
No,
they
she's
killed
not
her
out
off.
Not
there.
yet. She's in
So-
Scream 7 with
Casey?
Nev Campbell.
So Casey, you say Scream. Rose, you say Scream.
Yep.
Okay, Tex, why
I
are you
say
wrong
Evil
on this
Dead.
one?
Evil Dead. Okay, Scream is great. Top 10 90s, maybe top 5. I'd have to put a list together. What Evil Dead did, they shot that on a shoestring budget in a cabin in Tennessee on I think that was a 16 millimeter movie, I believe. The Evil Dead is one of the greatest horror properties of all time. It gave us Bruce Campbell. It gave us Sam Raimi. I mean, the chainsaw hand comes in Evil Dead 2. Just so many things. I love Evil Dead. Yes, it's I love both, but I'd go Evil Dead over Scream.
Somehow, against all odds, Scream makes it through because of Casey and the Rose. Interesting.
My God.
And I'm not voting against
See,
the other movies.
Hang on.
I'm not voting
this
against
just
the other
goes to
movies.
prove.
I understand their importance to the horror genre, but I just prefer the Scream movies because I think they're fun to watch, and it's a movie. When the new one comes out, it's one I always look forward to watching.
I agree.
Now, did you go see Evil Dead Rise when it came out last year?
That one I didn't. No.
How about the Fede Alvarez 2013 Evil Dead movie?
That one I did. That one I did. Yeah, I went with my brother to see that one.
Okay. So did you watch Ash versus Evil Dead, the television show?
What platform was that on again?
It was originally on Stars, but I'm not sure where it is now.
I never had Stars with my cable package, so that's
Well,
why I
if
was
you haven't
asking
seen
what
it,
streaming platform.
Ash versus I don't know where it's streaming now, but Ash versus Evil Dead. It's only 2 seasons long, but it's pretty good. It's worth watching. So,
Hey, I kind of disagree what AJ just said right there. Sorry, Tex, but I think when they finished off with Scream 3 and took a break for a while, I felt like it needed that break, because you don't want to ruin it with having Scream going back to back to back
Scream
to back.
4. Scream 4 is as good as Scream 1, and I would argue that to anybody.
Yeah, I agree.
I really enjoy Scream 4. I think it's an underrated within that genre of film, that series or whatever. And that one gets crapped on a lot undeservedly because it didn't make the money that the other ones did. But I really enjoy Scream 4.
But like I bought all my subs. You dick. I saw them.
You never saw that I put that on there.
No, Casey got the rest of his subs from me once he actually started doing what I been telling him to do with his gameplay videos.
Oh, so you really just wrote his Redux. Okay, now it makes more sense.
But
I was able to grow
leave us
Casey's
with-
channel, but not my own. Go figure.
Go figure. But it brings us now to a interesting final. It's like talk about David
that's
versus
easy.
Goliath.
Holy
don't
shit.
That's easy.
That's what I'm.
That's
what I'm
easy.
saying. Of all the movies on this side of the bracket that I thought might have made it, I mean, I thought Jaws had a chance. Evil Dead, maybe Shining or Aliens, Living Dead, maybe. I didn't figure Scream to go through that well. My personal favorite to kind of make it through there, just on first glance, was Alien, but on retrospect, I think I probably would have gone with Jaws.
I can tell you why Scream got there. Because for the not the hardcore horror audience, but for a casual audience, Scream is a big one for them. Because it's very mainstream. It's not too gory. It's not like Evil Dead. Yes, it's a pop culture thing. Whereas, like, you really have to be a fan of gore to like the Evil Dead films, with so many other things. But that's why Scream is so popular, and Ghostface is a really cool design. That goes a long way too.
And he's in Mortal Kombat, so that worked. That
that's what I'm saying.
My favorite film.
Well, just like Frank said, the pop culture goes with Scream. That's why.
The chainsaw became pop culture over time, whereas Scream just kind of like fell into a spot and was always part of it.
Yeah. If Chainsaw, they reference Chainsaw in Scream. Chainsaw is directly, if not for Chainsaw, most of these other movies would have never been made. Chainsaw is the greatest film ever made. I don't care what anybody says, they're wrong. Go with Chainsaw.
So I think we're all agreed with Chainsaw, right? Casey, what do you think?
Nope, I'll go with Scream just to piss Tex off.
Rose, what do you think?
Casey.
Well, as much as I like Scream, I know the importance to the horror genre that Chainsaw is, and everything.
Scream, right?
And I'm not like you, Casey. I'm not like you, Casey. I'm not out to piss Tex off. I'm actually going to vote with what I know deserves to win this bracket.
Scream, right?
So, unfortunately, Casey, I'm jumping ship and I'm going Chainsaw.
See, this just goes to show how a uninformed voter can sway something when they know nothing about what they're talking about. As in the case of when Casey is raw over here, but that's fine. It's all good. So this is America, and he has the right to be wrong after all. So,
see, I think we would do better. Why don't we? I think we would have a better debate with like maybe the MCU.
It'll be fun.
Bracket.
We could, but I had Tex here, and I know he's got a lot to say about horror.
Well, see, I don't. Despite the fact that I'm a Marvel fan, I actually don't watch many of the Marvel movies because lately the MCU has been like such a clusterfuck that I just don't care to keep up with it all.
Marvel has been garbage for a while, sir.
It seems
when it comes to Marvel, my favorites are the Avengers, Spider-Man, Venom, and Deadpool.
I think ever since, actually, I was going to say since Endgame, but the Spider-Man movie after Endgame, after that one,
No Way Home or whatever.
That was the last good Marvel movie. Because after that,
it was kind of Deadpool and Wolverine.
Okay, I'm stand corrected.
That one, out of the three Deadpool movies, that one was my least favorite, to be honest with you.
What?
Really? That's crazy.
I mean, I like if 3 wasn't done, I would say I like Deadpool 2 better than 1. So I would say my favorite Deadpool movies are 3, 2, 1.
I'm going 2, 3, 1.
But
The Venom movies?
no, Deadpool.
Oh, Deadpool? Oh, yeah.
I'll be honest with you. I didn't care for really any of the Venom films. I saw all of them. I don't need to see Venom prancing around with that old broad dancing and doing all that nonsense. That ruined it for me. I was like, I don't like this. I didn't like how they treated Venom. They completely wasted Carnage, and they even got Woody Harrelson to play Carnage, which I thought was perfect casting for Cletus Cassidy or
Yeah.
whatever. Wasted that
Actually-
character. I hated that.
Actually, I like the Venom movies. The one thing that just throws me in the spin is like, how could you have a Venom movie without Spider-Man? Like,
Oh no,
That-
but hey, you got that
It's like-
5 seconds of Venom in the MCU proper, then he got sucked right back out. Didn't you love that part?
no, I'm talking. Well, yeah, Grant. I'm just saying, from in the movies though, he just
Right.
there was no Spider-Man, like because, I mean, I don't know, like we know they had the copyright or the license for Spider-Man. It's not like they couldn't just do it for some reason. They're like, we don't want Spider-Man to deal with Venom. Like,
I'll be
it made
honest.
no-
I do wish they would make Venom a Spider-Man villain again. I know he was in the original trilogy in that third movie, but he also shared the spotlight in that movie with the Sandman and the Green Goblin.
Yeah,
I
that
think
was
we
not
need a
good.
Spider-Man and Venom movie.
I agree.
Make Venom the heel again and
Yes.
just fucking have a blast.
Oh, I agree. See, the problem is during that time frame, that was the formula that Batman started. It's like, oh, we had to have two villains now. I mean, that all started with Batman Returns, where you're like, oh, we gotta have two villains from now on.
Actually,
like-
if you're measuring by that, Superman 2 with Christopher Reeve had 2 villains. Actually, 4 because you had 3 Kryptonians and Lex Luthor.
Oh,
Just saying.
true, but I mean, that's true, but like Venom,
I love
like
when I
I
throw
agree,
Casey
like
off the argument. He has to think on the fly. That always makes me laugh.
No, but I do agree with Rose. Like, if having Venom mixed with Sandman kind of watered down that
And the
movie,
Green Goblin.
like,
That movie was 3 villains in one movie. It was just too much.
Well-
Clusterfuck.
yeah,
Speaking of the original Raimi Spider-Man films, all 3 September 26th through the 28th are coming back to theater for Fathom events. If y'all want to go watch those on the big screen, so
Guys, I think that's a pretty good place to start wrapping things up. We had some fun tonight talking about some of the stupid lists. I'm glad I could delete a couple of those from from my computer now that we've read them. But yeah, thanks to my co-host for coming to hang out with me. I appreciate it very much. Starting with the Shape of Lone Star State, my man Tex. Where can the folks know and find you, my friend?
here Tuesday night. Here Tuesday night, grappling about the new Toxic Avenger because that movie was garbage. So I look forward to my soapbox rants. So it's going to be fun.
and sometimes on Saturday is Raw as well. So you don't.
Well, sometimes on Saturdays wrong whenever I feel bad for Casey. But hey, shout out to Casey because after tonight, for the next 30 years, he won't be here again. So
Years?
I'll take
Yeah.
a screen grab of this and send it to you so that you can always cherish it. You never know this moment's going to come
Well,
again, Casey.
Casey, it started out at 10, 10-year ban. But every time I'm going to run against Tex just because I kept adding years and adding years.
If that's the case,
All right.
like, how many years do you give him? 10 every time? 'Cause if that's the case, I counted like 50 then.
Well, then the number's 50. There you go. Sorry.
He's banned for the rest of his life.
I'll be dead.
Consider it a permaban. You're just done
Permaban.
forever. Yeah, permaban. Yeah, there you go. So,
Well, I
sorry,
guess
pal.
the
AJ
I guess
Harrison likes the idea of a perm van.
Well, gosh, I guess this is my final time here.
Well,
So I mean, I must shell out everything I got now, so we could.
Chill it out now, Casey. What do you got on your channel, man?
Well, last night we did. Not last night, Friday. We did the Raja
yeah, Friday.
Jackson situation. Uh, I doing some N64 gameplays.
Nice.
I was on Ken's show last night. That was a good
Oh, cool.
show on Foulmouth Network. So, due to me, my
Oh, of
break.
course.
Yeah, because I'm sure you were the one that made such a difference in that show last night.
Yes, yes. Like I probably brought the views today. That even though I will not get the credit,
No,
and
never. No, not even a little bit. No.
You gotta
and
buy some
only
credit along with your subs, Casey.
and I'll never get an invite again, just in spite of my good looks and my entertainment and
Well, that's what happens
everything.
when you're a dickhead.
Where's that at? I don't see it. Can you point it out? I don't see any of those things. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
sure.
Okay. Right. Right.
And to the Rose, what do you got going on over your channel, my friend?
I'll be honest, I've been very lackadaisical this summer with streaming and everything and whatnot. So I'm going to really focus in September to get back to it. I'll be streaming the Sonic Crossworlds Racing Crossroads Open Beta tomorrow night because it's the last night to do it. And then
cool.
I'll be doing some Dragon Ball stuff during the week, probably on Wednesday. Lollipop Chainsaw Repop, I think, on Thursday. And next Sunday will be episode, I think, 116 of our version of Less Than Serious. We're still doing that every couple of weeks. And it's also
Oh,
the
wow.
start of the football season, so definitely looking
Yep.
forward to that. Definitely going to be talking football on Sunday.
Yay. Go Cowboys.
Yeah.
He's fading his excitement. I've been there. Man.
Yeah.
I've been there.
I
Jackson,
know.
you sound defeated already, and the season hasn't even started.
Can we go ahead and be eliminated from the playoffs now and just rip that Band-Aid off? Can we go ahead and do that ahead of time? It'd be great.
just forfeit and give up.
Hey, if I have to suffer,
play the
watch
game.
a fucking horrible Dolphin season, you have to suffer too.
I don't have a white flag, but I have a white hat. So speaking for the Cowboys, we're done. All right, just count us out. We're fine.
We're just gonna try NFL. That's it. You can have it.
We've been hurting for over 30 years, so we're kind of point like we're kind of like no difference to it no more, because I mean we can't get more hurt than we used to be. I guess they could really hurt us worse if we went winless. That's a good way to really.
No, actually, if we went winless, something might actually change. So go 0-17, Dallas. Please do that. That'd be good.
Yeah, if they go winless, they'll get the first pick in the draft.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
And
as for me, hold on, Casey. You've had enough time to talk today. I let you on the show. You can't have lots of words. But as for me, you will find me back here on Tuesday breaking down The Toxic Avenger, which finally came out after Tex, about 2 years of being in the cave.
Almost 2.5 years. Yeah, it took a while.
We'll be here talking
is it as raunchy as it was back then?
Oh no,
not even hardly, not even half.
But
I have
we'll follow it up, of course, by reviewing the original Toxic Avenger.
Hell
1984, I think it was what the year it came out.
Yes.
So it's going to be all Toxic all next week. And then we're creeping closer and closer to the scary seasons, which I know Jeremy and Tex, that's kind of where I'd say, what horror movie do you guys want to do today? And then we end up doing it because
I've already sent a list to Frank, so homework has been done.
Oh, that's a shocker.
But thanks to my co-host for being so awesome, as usual. Thanks to Casey and the Rose for popping on for just a minute, for the entire show. appreciate it. Across 3 or 4 different platforms tonight: Locals, Rumble, Twitter, YouTube, and whatever the hell else we're on. But yeah, thanks for coming around. See you guys Tuesday. Till then, adios.
Hope you had fun, Casey. It was your last time here, pal.
You want me to record this and send it to you for posterity?
Yeah. Hope you got a good memory.
I mean, it's like I might just reach out to the Rose one day and be like, "Hey, come on, just to piss Casey off."
Well, see, I was hoping we were going to do the Mortal Kombat 2 review in October until those cocksuckers pushed it back almost
Yeah,
7
they pushed
months.
it, but it'll come out eventually.
Yeah, they moved it. Yeah.
Bye, everybody.
And now, folks, it's time to say goodnight. We sincerely appreciate your patronage and hope we've succeeded in bringing you an enjoyable evening of entertainment. Please drive home carefully and come back again soon. Good night.